Yep, that's how we start. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, this Discord is haunted. Yeah.
I mean, your stream's haunted.
Yeah, my stream's never haunted.
Ladies and Professor Ellis.
Professor Ellis. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dinner and a Game. We are so glad you could be here with us, no matter where you're here from. We now are streaming live on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, both our page and in our group. Hi, guys. We're also streaming live onto TikTok, but TikTok's way behind. Like, the intro's still playing. So, TikTok's way behind, yeah. Oh, there's a ghost.
You're not really here.
There's a ghost in chat.
This is just a dream. It's all in your imagination. Go back to sleep.
No, they don't want to go back to sleep. Go buy t-shirts.
Go buy t-shirts.
Go buy t-shirts.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to play a little bit of a Monster of the Week, where these lovely people will go around and in the attempt to save a small town will end up terrorizing it. So, but it's okay because they're all crazy. I think that's the safest thing we can say. I would legitimately just woke up from a nap. So we're going to go ahead and get started on that in just a moment. But first, I wanted to check in with the lovely people who make up the players of this game and see how they've been, because it's been like a bit since I've seen any of you guys, and I miss you all so much.
It's been like a week.
Yeah. But I haven't been able to get in the Discord much lately at all. I've been running with Prince and everything like that. It's been crazy. Sphinx, let's start with you this week. How are you doing?
Where? I'm fine. The horrors persist, and so will I.
There you go. Well, you know, you gotta when you find your kin, you gotta stick with them.
Exactly.
Sphinx, who are you going to be playing tonight?
Tonight I will be playing our put upon librarian / spellslinger, Malcolm Raziel, who's moved to the small town, hoping for some peace and quiet and dusted books, and has gotten only the dusted books so far of that.
And you did find out that your library is haunted, though.
Yeah, but I mean, he's not really that surprised.
Not as actively haunted, though. Just kinda haunted, tangentially haunted.
It's not like the New York City Library haunted. It's just, you know.
Tom. Yep, and so, you know, what are you gonna do when it's only passively haunted? You're not gonna really complain about it, and at least they showed up to try and help.
Yeah. I'm gonna learn how to make them tea that they can actually, you know, hold in their hands, and it's good. It'll be fine. We'll all be good friends. Me and the ghosts.
Maybe they'll start cataloging books for you.
That would be great.
Let's
Give
go.
them something to do.
Right.
Everybody wins.
Everyone needs something to do in eternity.
Yeah.
And now we move around to the enigmatic and always delightful Star Shard stories.
Hello, I'm doing okay this week. For the most part, we just had to drop a lot of money on the car, but we're good. We're here. Now I'll be playing Neslia Stitches Henderson, our local big titty goth chick, who is half succubus, and the bully of Cheese, because fuck that damn imp. We're gonna punt him and turn him into a goddamn football by the end of this. And my annoying ass cousin is Dottie.
I would never say that they're annoying. But Diamond, how are you doing?
I'm good.
And I would never say that Dottie's annoying.
You would, but Stitch's mom would.
Whenever she's not, you know, ogling Malcolm.
Yeah.
Or using her ovipositor on Stitch's dad.
That also. But hi, I'm Madden Simon, otherwise known as Diamond. I'm going to be playing Odette Dowdy Charleston, your resident spooky housewife, who is an actual MILF. I think I would vote, as I'm the only one who actually has kids. Besides Divinum,
Right.
but Divinum's milfiness and milfing around is pending. Because they're currently a bird.
They're a pigeon, yes.
I think they're a turtle dove.
Yeah, a dusky turtle dove.
Oh yeah,
Dusky
dusky turtle
turtle
dove.
dove.
That's right. That's right.
And a
So-
partridge and a pear tree.
Yeah. So currently, Dottie is milfing around. I think last we checked, Dottie's still with like being a pain in Malcolm's ass, trying to get Malcolm to spend money, or let people spend money on him.
I think it was let people spend money on him. Didn't you want to give him a new car?
Yes. Yes.
Listen, y'all are gonna leave Hades alone. He's a great car. I love him. That is all.
And finally, to round out this lovely bunch of people, we have Cove. Cove, how are you doing?
I am doing pretty good, actually. I'm gearing up for December, in which I'm going to do more things in a month than I think I've done in my entire life.
That's an active month.
I am excited and utterly terrified. I'm going to die in January. Just
Nothing involves jumping out of a plane or anything, does it?
not to my current knowledge, but I can't rule it out. If the opportunity presents itself, I'm not gonna say no.
I'm still team moshing with orcas.
Moshing with orcas.
I can try to mosh with orcas. I
That
can
does
do-
not go. That does not go well for the human mosher, unfortunately.
Usually doesn't know.
I think they would see Cove as one of their own, in my
Yeah.
perspective.
See, the funny thing is, like, everybody's like, oh, orcas kill humans. There's no known case out in the wild
Not
of
enough-
them doing it to humans. It's only been behind captivity. That
Even
is
when
it.
they've been sinking the boats off the coast of Spain, they keep on tearing the boats apart and they ignore the people in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They just hate the
People love
boats.
their gold.
They hate the bourgeoisie. So, and tonight you can find all these people's links in our chat. Remember, as creators, the greatest little boost of serotonin we can get is if someone actually clicks that link, goes down and gives us a follow on any of our creations. It's just, we do it because we like it, but that little bit of serotonin boost goes a long way to help inspiring us to make more. Also, if you want to find Dinner in a Games links, you can find them in our link tree, which is in chat right now, which includes our shop, which has all the new shirts in with our designs by the amazing Red Queen Hales. So if you want to get one of our shirts, we have them on right now. We have them all up right now in our shop, and you can find them there. It's an amazing bunch of merch that I love so much, and Hales did an amazing job with the art. You'll be able to see them kind of cascading above my head as they go through. And we are getting our TikTok shop set up, which means that the items you see above my head, where it says Briarwood and everything like that, those are 3D printed houses and other items for your TTRPG table when if you're playing face to face. And we're going to start selling those because I'm actually got quite a bit of them printed out already. But we're going to start selling those actively next week. So we're going to be setting all that up, and we're going to be giving we're going to be trying to get everything set up next week so we can get that launched. I've actually got everything done. I just need to take the pictures. So and that's what I'm going to do this week whenever I'm not working my job. So, but aside from all that, remember, if you want to support Dinner and Game in any other way, you can give us a subscription here or any of our other socials. You can give us a follow on any of our socials. We'd appreciate that as well. If you want to follow us on Instagram, you can. We don't have the ability to actually live stream there yet, and we would love it. But to do that, we need to get more followers on Instagram to get us up to the point where we can live stream. We had to get to 1,000, I think, to be able to live stream, and we're at 350. So we do need to get our Instagram following up. And also, if you want to help us, you can also, and you want to get some amazing teas and coffees, you can go to Many Worlds Taverns using the link we have in chat right now and use the discount code we have in chat. If you use the link, we'll get 10% back from your order as a favor for us sending you to Many Worlds. And if you use the discount code, you'll get 10% off your entire order. And I know they're doing free shipping right now because it's the holidays for like $50 or more. And so, like, that's 2 bags of coffee. And you'll be right up there. So it is amazing coffees, amazing teas. In fact, I have to order more of the sage mint and more of the Earl Grey. The Earl Grey, wow, that stuff is good.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
I need to get some more of the peach. I'm running low on the peach.
Yep. Jessica's like totally drank like almost. She drank all the Earl Grey in like 3 weeks, 2 weeks. So that was yeah. Well, the English breakfast is actually stronger than the Earl Grey when caffeine count, but the Earl Grey is just the scent and aroma to it is amazing. Yeah.
Do they? I can't remember if they have Irish breakfast or not.
No, I don't think so. I think they only have an English breakfast.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, it's their strongest tea, but that's just because it's typical breakfast tea.
Granted.
Yeah.
I hope eventually they expand to Irish breakfast because it right above Earl Grey is my absolute favorite.
I don't think I've ever had Irish breakfast tea.
It
It's good
has
stuff.
it has a subtly different flavor profile from English breakfast in just the right way that it tickles that nice happy chemical in my brain.
Well, I know the English breakfast is comparatively to Earl Grey is much milder in flavor and aroma. It's just literally there to wake you up. So, speaking of waking up, let's get into the game and wake our characters up and see what type of chaos they can continue to muster. As last week, when we left off, someone here had turned themselves into a dove, and someone else was trying to seduce Zeus. But
And because of this, I have titled this episode in my notes "MILF Pending."
MILF pending. Wow.
Last week's episode was nothing but silence in the library. So,
Hey, Artside Court, thank you so much for the drop in. Love you. So, yeah, let's go ahead and say hi to everybody. When we left off, the last person we did leave off with, I remember that Stitches had told the cat to watch her dad, who had passed out seeing the dove talk.
Yep.
And the cat basically curled up on Dad's chest and went to sleep as he was laying on the kitchen floor.
Yeah, we went out to the backyard. Bones is just cuddling Dad.
And we had left Dottie with Malcolm. Were you back at the library or were you at Dottie's house? You were back at the library, weren't you still?
we were at the pen.
We're leaving.
The stock pen.
We've loaded up that one calf that is the only one that was left after all of the other ones were surprise gelded
Yeah, in the middle of the night.
in the middle of the night.
With no noise?
No noise and no markings.
No noise, no markings. But we end up finding one that is the lone one. This poor calf.
Oh, we gotta hydrate.
I don't.
I lose your balls to the
You
void.
don't have your bottle of Pepsi.
I do not.
Where's your 2 liter of Pepsi? What the hell? Mountain Dew.
I have my little.
I'm not getting up either.
Nah,
I'm sorry. Here's
you're-
my pretend water.
You're in hydrate debt. That's all. By the way,
I'm always in hydrate debt. We know
I'm gonna
this.
keep a tally.
yep.
I will take on your hydrate in your stead.
Beautiful. Fantastic.
I might have to jump up and grab a bottle of water in a minute. So, let's go back to Dottie and Malcolm then, because you guys were like, you had a decent drive to get back because you were actually an hour out, I do believe.
Mm-hmm.
So you got, and that'll give Stitches and the dove time to see what they can get set up in the forest out back. Because I do believe you're setting up for a ritual, aren't you, Stitches? All right. So, Dottie.
Yeah.
You guys get the trailer hooked back up. You begin driving back into town. The farmer, like you said, he was happy to get some kind of money back, considering how much he's losing on that herd he has. And the cow the bull he had, not even a bull. It's still basically a yearling. So it's not full grown yet, but that doesn't mean it's small. It's Blank Angus, so it's big. But it did meet all the specifications. You guys inspected him head to foot. Not a single color other than black. So, and he's kind of docile. He's kind of subdued. It's almost like something has him spooked, and so he's very easy to handle. He's very easy to get into the trailer, and now you guys have kind of got the drive back to your house to get to think about what comes next. So what are you doing?
One, Malcolm is driving again.
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
Dottie doesn't drive Charlie's car. And I think Dottie's discussing the implications of, well, this is kind of the yearling's last ride. Do you think it'd be a little crass to buy at McDonald's? And I think that's usually what we would do with the dogs before we'd take them to across the Rainbow Bridge. Is you get them
No. I've never been a real fan of that practice, but I get the giving the bull the animal their last thrill. I'm pretty sure we gave him his last thrill when I felt him up to make sure that there was no that he was all black. I mean,
you're not wrong.
I feel like all three of us need a cigarette after that, and I don't smoke. So,
do you want me to buy you coffee? I can buy you coffee.
No. But I will say that you will owe me a half a pound of Earl Grey tea at some point. I'm calling that Earl Grey is expensive. The kind of Earl Grey I like is expensive. So,
only half?
Only half. Fine. Let's make it a full pound. Let's
Only a single? You did have to do a lot of exploratory work in that bowl. I think you'd need at least, I don't know, 3.
5 pounds.
But there you go. See, now you're learning. I'm so proud of you.
I'm trying not to take advantage of the fact that you have money.
Why?
Because it feels wrong.
We're friends. It shouldn't.
The fact that we're friends makes it worse. It makes me want to take advantage of you even less.
If it will make you feel better, technically I owe you a life debt.
And he kind of drives in silence for a moment. I'm just nodding his head silently. And he kind of like eyes you, like side eyes you. Okay, Chewie, we can work with that.
That make you Lando, or that make you Hans? I never saw those movies.
Han is the one that Chewie owes the life debt to. So I will gladly be what if Han Solo was actually Lando Calrissian? That's fine. That works for me.
All right. And
every now and again, when I see you, I'll just say, well, what do we have here?
I mean, I would prefer it if you would do that with me and not with my aunt.
I can manage that, I think.
This was an SUV, right?
Yes, it's an Escalade.
Escalade.
Yeah. So from the back, you just hear, so would that make him a cannibal? Or only like 20% a cannibal? Because the rest of it's soy?
What? Johnny's gonna look in the backseat.
Cheese is back there.
Cheese? The hell are you doing in this car?
I can't stay near Stitches. She'll, like, kill me.
And you think I won't?
And he looks at you and he's like, well, you'll hex me and stuff, and that'll be annoying as shit and kind of painful. Malcolm might blow me up, but both of those might backfire on the car that I'm in, so I'm feeling pretty safe right here.
Malcolm, what's the happy-go-lucky, nicest music you got?
Cheese starts going, this is the song that never ends.
Oh, no, I've got one. The phone is clearly attached to the console or whatever. And so he's like, with one hand, kind of flipping through the console until he comes to children's parties.
Oh,
children's parties playlist.
Yes.
What was that thing that was fucking Kid Bop or Kid Bop or whatever it is, where the kids did covers of all the contemporary songs?
Kid Bop.
But the first, he hits one of the playlist, and the first song that comes on is Baby Shark.
Oh, no. Oh no, no.
Malcolm's just kind of bobbing as they
Daddy's
drive.
bopping.
You see Cheese in the back bobbing. He's like, you don't think we know about that one? We inspired that shit.
Good. Then you can be quiet and sing along to Baby Shark.
There's only like 3 words.
Exactly. So you know all of them.
Oh no, there's 3 syllables. 2 words.
Do you think we can find Cheese a Baby Shark costume and rent him out as a mascot?
That would be hilarious.
Cool. Send me to kids' parties. I needed a snack.
Oh no, I'm not talking about kids' parties. You know, there's a whole subsect of adults that love Baby Shark. Or parents who hate Baby Shark and would love to have a...
I am not going to be a
mascot
pinata
chase
again.
around.
That only happened once. And I swore I'd never screw up that bad again.
Malcolm is just laughing.
Daddy's gonna text Stitches that they secured a yearling that is perfect, but also mention that the entirety of the rest of the herd was gelded. And then going to also send out basically messages to other like rich folks who are like animal activists, because every housewife knows those people in town. we have an ag club about trying to put together a fundraiser for that farmer who but spin it like he meant to geld all of that herd to save the breeding industry for a year.
Stitches X back. I met a DILF.
Question marks? Just nothing but question marks.
Lightning bolt, swan, rain cloud.
Just Malcolm, what's a DILF with a lightning bolt, a swan, and rain cloud?
Built with a lightning bolt, a swan, and a rain cloud.
More question marks.
More question marks.
The only person I can think of that would even remotely fit that description would probably be Zeus, but that can't be right. Right? That
From that
can't
Hercules
be
movie?
right. She can't be talking about Zeus.
Donnie just texts back. Do you mean Zeus from the Hercules movie? Question mark.
Yes, the actual one.
She says yes, the actual one.
Fucking Zeus.
Donnie just texts back. Did you try to book him?
Hyping. Not yet.
God damn it, Stitches.
Devenom.
Didn't she?
No. Devenom gave me the death glare after turning into a damn dove in the car.
Here's the real question from that whole interaction, though. If she did, and the usual thing happened when Zeus hooks up with a mortal, would she then give birth to both the Antichrist and a demigod?
Yes.
Here's the thing, though.
Yes.
Stitches ain't
Yeah.
Fucking
technically
Nephilim.
mortal.
I know. But she's not technically an immortal either.
Or a god,
Some-
so it'd still be a demigod.
Yeah.
Still be some weird demigod Nephilim offshoot.
Which is probably the precursor for the apocalypse. There you
That
go.
would also... I don't want to think about that. Hold
Or
on.
maybe it just canceled itself out and it's just some dude.
It's just a guy.
Just
It's just a completely
pundits
normal
were
kid.
with
You've made Jeff.
Jeff. No, you made Doug.
You made Doug. Donnie's just sends back. God damn it, Stitches. All right, we'll be there in like half an hour.
Also,
He's not
when you
convincing.
come into the house, Dad is probably knocked out. Bones is on guard duty.
What did you do to my uncle?
Devenom happened.
I was gonna say she's gonna blame it on the venom.
Donnie just sighs and puts down the phone, face down, in her lap. Then just turns off and says, "Apparently, Devenom scared my uncle into like passing out on the floor, and now the cat's guarding him."
Well,
I mean, if he didn't talk like the damn as the bird, that might have not had him pass out.
The Venom,
The-
like,
the
looking
Venom-
at Stitches, just...
What? I'm watching you. I'm doing all the work in the lawn. Did you just coo me?
Is the Venom still a 7-foot-tall Amazonian MILF?
I'm assuming. I mean, Uncle's got a tie, but I didn't think the Venom was gonna. That Venom's not infernal. I thought Uncle
That's fair. Yeah.
went the way of the AC/DCs and the Rolling Stones, Highway to Hell and all that. He took the escalator.
Right.
So
I would say Alice Cooper, but Alice Cooper's born again now, so we can't really say Alice Cooper.
Well, So what's a Zeus? Like what? I know that the Hercules movie won, but like.
Yeah, the Hercules movie one watered him down entirely. Just like that Zeus is milquetoast in comparison to the actual Zeus, who was a bit of a slut.
And he's from the same thing that like Devenum's from and Nyx is from.
Yep. Same pantheon.
So we got 3 gods running around in our town.
Apparently.
Is that normal?
No.
All
Well,
right.
I suppose it's maybe it's normal, but not normal that we know about it.
All right. You're not secretly a god, right? You tell me.
Not that I'm aware of.
All right.
If I am a god, I certainly don't know it yet.
All right. Well, if you find out, promise to tell me.
He reaches out a hand and like does a pinky promise.
Big problem.
Pinky promise. You hear a warm voice from the back seat again, this time purring out, "If he is a god, I intend to find out."
Auntie, get the fuck out of this escalator.
I
says-
miss Odette.
Just shoulder punches Malcolm.
She says, "I thought
What?
you'd
I
want the
didn't- I
best
didn't do the thing
news."
you'd asked me not to do.
He's like, "Miss Odell, that has a nice schoolboy ring to it."
Auntie.
What? I'm not. My hands are in my pockets. I don't have pockets, but that's not the point. So I just wanted to come by and let you know that whatever is going on, it's definitely something that someone else is setting up. She says every single lesser that I've sent out to try and gather information has either come back with zilch, which is almost impossible for my crew, or has disappeared. So, whatever is going on, the biggest thing I can say is, do you think it's Nyx running this show? Because it seems more like Nyx is the one who's being kind of prodded with a stick.
I mean, I don't know. Miss Hannigan's always been Miss Hannigan. And now she's Nyx. And I'm just gonna keep calling her Miss Hannigan.
Well, that's what kind of my point. She's been.
My personal theory is that Nyx has no idea, and that she's kind of had the wool pulled over her eyes the same way that we all have.
Well-
I thought maybe this was just gonna be her little retirement community that she can fuss around with and get her way by bullying all of us.
Well,
But there's others here, like Zeus.
Seems like it's a lot easier and less work
says,
intensive
like
than whatever
who?
the hell is happening now.
who's here?
Zeus. You know, the Hercules guy. Lightning bolts, rain clouds, swans.
Okay.
Lightning Bear, yeah.
How exactly did you all attract so many supernatural big shots to one freaking location?
You made it too high.
As far as I am understanding, your daughter's the one that encountered Zeus.
She looks directly at Dottie. Did she fuck him?
or she didn't fuck him.
Did she lie to you?
I don't think she's lying to me. She usually has a certain texting tone when she lies to me.
A succubus that has a tell in texts. How's that gonna work?
We're cousins. We can tell. Here, let me show you. And then Dottie pulls out her phone and then just sends a voice message saying, "Hey Stitches, I think I'm gonna divorce Charlie. Try to take all his money from him and send."
That's the goddamn line, you know it. Immediate response.
Plays it. See? Told you. We can tell.
That one was really obvious. But
It kind of was.
what I have been able to glean from other sources is that someone is stirring up this little hornet's nest in order to provide a very strong distraction from what they're intending, which seems to be messing with stuff that your friend DeVenom normally would be in charge of.
So they're pulling the wool over our eyes so they can fuck with the weed.
Well, yeah, but you still can't ignore the fact that Nyx is pissed off.
I mean, no.
We don't intend to. Yeah.
You know anything about a mass gelding event? Is that like biblical?
I mean, what do you mean? Like someone went gelding what?
Bulls.
A bunch of bulls.
Black Angus bulls.
And she kind of turns around, looks at the trailer, and says, "Is that?"
The only one left.
That is still intact.
Is, well, I didn't hear of anything. But if there was like some kind of mass thing with an entire herd of animals, I'm assuming that this isn't like something that's easily explained, like the vet had the wrong orders and came out and did it.
In the middle of the night.
No. Apparently this happened overnight to several of these bulls.
It was more like 20.
No markings were left. 20 bulls, no markings left, no telltale signs other than the obvious lacking the 2 goose eggs.
That would definitely speak to something more on the divine level of power, because that's, I mean, we could do something like that, but I don't know if, on my end, but I don't know if we can leave no marks. They tend to be pretty destructive about that sort of thing. And that seems like someone going, snap their fingers and it happened type shit. So,
You got any friendly imps that's not cheese that maybe listens a little bit better, that can talk to animals?
she's like, "Cheese," and she slaps the shit out of him. "Be friendlier." And Cheese is like, "Yes, mistress." He's like, "And talk to animals for them." He's like, "Yes, mistress." He's
Nicely. Talk nicely to the animals.
He's like, "And don't kill the animals afterwards." And he's like, "Yes, mistress." It's like, "And for God's sake, smile every once in a while." Jesus, grumpy old bastard. Sorry, he was the only one I had available. And why are you calling him Cheese? His name's
He was
Roquefort.
eating cheese and put his asshole on my nice charcuterie board.
I don't think he has an asshole.
Well, he is one. So
No, he is definitely an asshole. But his name is Roquefort.
I like cheese better.
Okay. You can call him whatever you want to call him. Says, "All right, I'm going to go see your cousin and make sure that she's knows what she's doing out there."
You might want to check on your husband. He might be passed out on the kitchen floor, and Bones might be trying to smother him. With love.
I was thinking about having another kid anyway.
Okay.
Malcolm now.
No, I wasn't volunteering. Was not volunteering. I was simply commenting on, the fact that
We
she was
pinky
thinking about
promised.
having another kid.
We
did. We
pinky
absolutely
promised.
Oh, wait. Do you mean that if I seduce Malcolm, he breaks a promise?
Malcolm.
I'm not going to teleport him out while he's driving. And then she disappears.
Oh dear.
You did
I made a
this-
promise.
You did this to yourself.
So, what are you doing out in the forest, Stitches and Divinum?
All right, Divinum.
And Divinum, how the fuck are you helping as a dove?
I have all of the information. I have all the knowledge of how to set this up.
Divinum, how the hell are we setting this up? Can you please not be a bird? You could be a bird afterwards. Please. I use manners.
Use manners.
Granted. And Divinum will cease to be a bird, and will instead opt for Dilf. We're going Dilf today.
Oh no.
Same height.
Oh, this is a problem.
So Divinum as a Dilf is a little bit different than Divinum as a MILF. MILF Divinum, tall, very voluptuous, very, very MILF. But more on the, like, slender side. Dilf Divinum has taken notes from some media at this point. You get the shaggy white hair, like striking white eyes. There's a little bit of scarring going on along the face, beauty mark. Bit of like stubble, like 5 o'clock shadow looking shit. And he is rather built with a little bit of like a dad bod going on. So it's the muscle with a nice layer of soft like over it. And yeah, he's about 7.5 feet tall.
Lord help me.
And his voice is deep.
Why are you just hot? Why? It is a problem.
It's a problem?
You said not a bird.
I was not expecting DILF.
I'm sorry, does it not suit your preferences?
No, it suits my preferences a little too much. Alright, let's get this working. Whatever the hell we're doing. Set this up. Yep, let's just set this up.
I'm learning things about your design process.
I'm just attracted to people. Yeah, I know.
Granted. Alright, so we have to consecrate everything first. Everything we're gonna use. Land, tools, all of it.
Alright,
Is that gonna bother you?
I don't think so.
Perfect. I mean, we don't have to consecrate you, so... That's nice.
Yeah, that is nice.
Would you burn?
I've never tried it, so I don't know. That'll be an experiment. That'll be an experiment for later.
Alright.
One of those nights we like get really drunk. That's when you do it.
That's something I also have yet to try.
We'll do that later.
Okay, cool. I hope I remember the consecration steps while drunk. And Divinum will start taking the items that they're going to be using and going around and consecrating everything they need to, which essentially takes a version of holy water. It's not holy water, it's consecrated water, but I digress. And it's a little nyeh around while chanting in ancient Greek. Because we're doing this traditional. There's also fire involved. It's a couple-step process.
It's a couple-step process?
It is a couple-step process. It's kind of tedious, actually.
So, as you're doing that, as Divinum is working on that, Stitches, what are you doing to help?
Well, I don't know what I could do. So this is like a whole new area for her. because consecration is usually not involved with what she knows.
Do you want to consecrate things? I can teach you.
Let's do it!
Cool. And Divinium's gonna take out Flaming Sword,
No, God.
and is gonna hand it over to Stitches. Fire. But, like, godly fire. It works really well. Just don't melt the thing you're consecrating. Give it a little nice swipe over. That should keep you from having to chant and such.
Alright. We're gonna swipe as we're going.
So, so what are you doing with the flaming sword to consecrate? Are you just like using it as part of the ritual, or are you actually like burning stuff?
So, all you need to do to use fire to consecrate things is, especially if the fire itself is like holy fire, which in this case it is literally godly fire.
Mhm.
You're not gonna get much more than that. You just have to swipe it over and under. Whatever you want to consecrate it. If it's like an area, you just have to swipe the entire perimeter. Like the perimeter doesn't have to be a circle or literally anything. In ancient Greece, it's just
An
wherever
area.
you're using, just
Norming
close
over
it.
there.
And yeah, so if you're using a holy flame, that's all you have to do. If you're not using a holy flame and you're just using regular flame, you gotta get water involved, you gotta get some regular fire involved, you gotta do some chanting. Divinum's doing the long method while giving Stitches the key to the short method.
Her just walking around the perimeter, just humming as she's just swiping.
Divinum is like getting out of breath, having to do this over and over and over again. Eventually is like, okay, but yanking off the shirt, tossing it to the side, getting back to the task at hand.
Where'd your shirt go?
Away.
Is that part of the
I mean, sometimes. I mean, if we're talking about like the Olympics, yeah. There are entire activities you must do completely in the nude, spiritual and otherwise.
Yep. That I understand. And she just continued walking around, swiping.
That interaction had the energy of, hey man, this is pretty good. Wear your clothes.
I need to get in Stitch's cosplay at least once and just do that as a
Where your clothes at?
Listen, it's gonna take a while, but once I get top surgery, down the line, I'll do it. That's my actual goal. That's my roundup. Yeah, no. At some point, perhaps intoxicated, I can teach you the other things we have to do. If you want.
Perfect. It's a time. Let's go.
Great. And that's the long method. It as it like goes on, it starts off really like, yes, I'm into this, we must do this. And after a bit, it starts to sound like that child who's been reading verses in church for too long and is getting a little tired of what they're doing. And it's just like, I'm doing it. But damn.
It is labor intensive.
Yes.
All right. So once you get that taken care of, which is probably going to take a while, because I'm assuming you're making sure you have enough space to work with.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So what's the next part?
So the next part is setting everything up. Is making sure all the consecrated items, we are doing it facing the proper directions, where that everything is within reach of where it needs to be. We're not going to have to go back for anything. It'd be really awkward to have to walk into the house, grab something, consecrate the thing, walk back in, and But outside of that, it's really just waiting.
Well, I was
the
going to say,
items.
with all the time it takes to do all the consecrating and everything like that and preparing all the items, by the time you guys are finished with that, I would be figuring that within like 20, 30 minutes of that time period, then actually Dottie and Malcolm will be coming in with the trailer. So, yeah, you have about 20, 30 minutes to actually, like, you know, just double check everything and pretty much just kind of sit there and dangle your feet as you're, you know, sitting on the bench type thing. I was over on the bench.
As Malcolm and Dottie pull up, he is blasting the Daft Punk remix to Baby Shark.
God.
You see Cheese, his head is and arms are leaning out the window. He looks up and he says, "Your mom said I can't misbehave anymore."
Oh, that sucks for you.
Cheese can talk to animals now. I think we should supervise a conversation between Cheese and the yearling. Maybe see if there's anybody present whenever the entire fucking herd was gelded in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
Conveniently.
the spirits were not very helpful in that regard.
Oh, you see Stitches with the flaming sword.
All right then. Did your mom stop by?
No,
Auntie said she was on her way here.
I ain't seen her.
Stitches
I've been out
Venom.
here the whole time. Oh, that's Devenom, by the way.
Hello.
Right? Right?
I think I like the other one better. This makes me have infidelity thoughts. No, divorce is too expensive.
What'd you say?
Okay, so
What'd you say about Stitches?
Oh, no.
Says something similar.
It's
okay,
a good look.
so hot no matter how we slice it. Cool.
Yep.
Good. That's
Yep.
that's good to know. Good to know. Good to know.
So you didn't fuck Zeus, right?
No.
Okay, good. Then I didn't have to lie to Auntie for you.
Your mom was pretty insistent on you not fucking Zeus.
I agree.
I'm not going to.
I'm so glad. Just don't fuck my dad.
Yeah, no.
Dude, that'd be real awkward. That'd be real awkward.
Yeah, considering I had a hand in creating you, and then my dad.
Yeah.
We don't live in Alabama.
No.
Did you know that's actually illegal in Alabama?
Well, I refuse to change. So, Alabama.
I don't want to know why. That you know what? I think I already do know why. You know what? Never mind. Hi, I'm gonna go and get the bull. I'm gonna get the bull. I'm just gonna get the bull.
Take Rodolfo Cheese with you and have him have that conversation. Cheese apparently has a name. It starts with an R.
Roquefort.
Roquefort? Is that really your name?
He just he gets down out of the car. He's looking all pouty. He's like,
Oh.
he was walking around to the back of the. He's following Malcolm back around to the back of the trailer.
Wow, this is the most behaved I ever seen him.
I asked Auntie for a better behaved imp who's actually helpful and can talk to animals, and so she smacked him around a little bit.
That sounds about right.
So Cheese is like back there with you, Malcolm. He looks at Jesus. What exactly do you want me to ask the cow?
Bull.
We'll like to ask the bull what they saw when during the mass gilding event. I guess would be the best way to put it.
So you open up the trailer and start leading the bull out of the trailer.
Yep.
He still seems to be pretty calm. Trailer rides are not exactly less than traumatic for animals, but he seems to be doing okay. As you get him down from the trailer, Cheese kind of walks up and looks at him and just says, he's like, "Hey, last night something weird happened with the herd. Did you see, hear, smell anything strange?" And the bull kind of like does this chuff noise, and you see his head kind of lolls around a little bit. And Cheese says, he says he couldn't have seen anything because he was locked up in the barn because he had a cough. And the farmer didn't want him to get anyone else sick if he was sick. And he says, but he did hear this weird noises. It sounded like he said. I mean, what he said doesn't make any sense. But he said it sounded like insects with metal. Like when I think he means like when grasshoppers and crickets do that thrum thing.
Interesting.
Oh, hang on a second. What type of metal? Like, are we talking Metallica, or are you talking like pots and pans banging together?
I was just going to ask that one.
The bull chuffs again, and he says, "Oh no, he's saying it's more like pieces of metal scraping up against each other." He says, like when the hinges in the barn don't get oiled.
Were there any tracks left behind by anything?
There was one huge footprint that Malcolm found.
Yeah, there's a 3-foot-long footprint.
What
And
it
I
looked
took a
like?
picture of it. I bring out my phone and I showed Venom the picture of it.
The Venom. What would this roll be? Well, number one, do you have anything that would help you with recalling like stuff from the past very well?
Let me check.
I don't think you do, but I was just making sure.
No.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is what are the stats again? There's weird,
Tough, sharp, cool, and charm.
sharp.
Yeah.
We're gonna make a sharp roll.
Okay.
2d6. And add your sharp skill.
Real quick, how does luck work again?
So
I haven't used it, so
you may spend a point of luck to make your roll an automatic,
12.
like critical success, a 12.
oh,
But once you run out of luck points, you meet your fate, whatever that fate is.
Doomed.
you know what? I'm feeling spicy. Dilf de Venom's feeling spicy.
Okay.
We're gonna
Spicy
go
Dilf time.
with it. Yeah, you know, we're gonna look it up,
What are you looking up?
huh?
What are you looking up?
Oh no, we're gonna look it up.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
We're going spicy.
All right. When you walk up, something just pops right into your head. This, because you've seen this type of thing before. You saw this when you had met Atlas. You saw this when the few times that you were before Kronos. This is the print of a giant sandal turning. The flatness of the sole, the fact that the ground wasn't torn up so there was no real tread on it, and the fact that it spun means the person was spinning on the ball of their foot. And it's something along the size of one of the Titans.
Well,
Well,
good news. I think I might know part of what this is. Bad news. It might be a Titan.
Like a football team.
No. Like the precursor to the Greek gods, Titans.
Yes. So, you know, the world, like the thing we're on, that's actively held up by a Titan.
pointless,
That-
right?
Correct.
Austin.
Oh, it is. It is.
Who did they piss off?
That's always the story. Anyway, yeah. So what we're looking at is probably along the lines of Titans, or there have been giant races. We could also be dealing with Cyclops. Tend to be very large, though. Not all tend to reach the size of Titans.
But it's possible that it could be just a real husky Cyclops.
At that point, they would probably reach the title of Titan, but yes. There are Titans that are Cyclops. There's also... It's actually a Minotaur Titan as well.
That's gotta be interesting.
Very big.
Mm.
Very angry.
Do you know any who only have 1 foot? Because there was only 1 footprint.
Well, not off the top of my head. Not from memory, at least. I'm sure they can lose limbs as well. They also don't need to use both feet to stand. Honestly, I'm surprised they even left a footprint. They probably didn't need to.
And the metal bug noises?
Alright, give me a second to think. I've seen a lot. And I think I'm losing part of it, so give me a little bit. And Davina's gonna walk off for a second to scour their brain for information. Can I make a roll for this?
Sure. You can make a sharp roll.
Cool, I will do that.
But Malcolm will watch the Venom walk off, and then we'll. Stitches. In the meantime, where do you want the youngling?
In the parameter that I made.
With the flaming sword. Does that not hurt you?
Oh, it's the Venoms. No, it's not. It's oddly not bothering me.
Could we toast marshmallows on that?
Divine marshmallows. That could be interesting. And if we did, would it give us special powers temporarily?
Also, I'm gonna learn some fun things while getting drunk later. It's gonna be great.
With the venom and not Zeus, right?
Correct. I'm gonna learn if I burn, if I get consecrated. It's gonna be fun.
Stitches, no.
Um,
You get hangry when you get injured.
Okay, and
I'm assuming you got your dating app on speed dial.
yeah.
All right. Well, make sure you order your takeout beforehand.
I mean, she could always have it door dashed.
Yeah.
That is an option.
Then you got to give them your address, though, and you might
Nope.
get some weirdos.
Absolutely not. Nope.
Didn't you meet that? What happened to that nice one that you my coworker, my library friend?
We
What about that
have
one?
plans later this week.
Oh. Of course.
Also, the one
Well-
that I had the other night, she's being a little weird.
Weird
How
how.
little's little.
She met us at the coffee shop and didn't order anything.
Did you scare her?
No,
You scared her, didn't you?
no,
Did you scare my barista?
no.
My sweet boy.
Also, here's your coffee.
It's like an hour and a half cold.
Dottie still drinks it. Dottie chugs it.
God.
Did you just
No.
have a barista? How do you
You
just
don't-
have a barista?
Actually,
Pay them
you know what
well
Dottie
enough.
does? Because it's cooled down now, Dottie takes a pocket knife, stabs it, and shotguns it.
We love that. No, but then again, she might have been there on a date. I mean, Zeus was there for a date.
Is Zeus dating your takeout?
I don't know. Do I look like I?
I mean, it could be relevant, maybe.
Are you dating a demigod?
No, I'm not dating anybody. I'm single. We talked about this.
Did you fuck a demigod?
That would explain a few things on how she survived that aftermath.
You should just ask her.
She may not even know.
You should just ask
Mm,
why she didn't order anything at the coffee shop.
Percy
She's gonna
Jackson
text. She's
situation.
gonna text Deborah. Why didn't you order anything from the coffee shop? Question mark. I noticed that.
Turns to Dottie. So you think it might be like a Percy Jackson situation?
Who's that?
Have you not read or the books or seen the Percy Jackson movie? The kid that didn't know that he was Poseidon's kid, and then
No.
goes to summer camp with other like half-blood kids, and
The satyr is my
No.
favorite.
Malcolm, this is a
Mhm.
conversation you can have with Lulu. That's Lulu's thing.
So,
oh,
just real quick, what did you get in the roll?
10.
Oh, a 10. Nice.
It was an
So,
11, but I have a -1.
aw. But there is, so one of the things that you know to associate directly with Kronos is the fact that because he controls time, he can disrupt the perception of others. And it might account for them hearing weird noises, and who knows what the others saw. He may have frozen time, and so anything outside the perception might have been had their senses messed up.
That would also explain. Okay. Devin will walk back over.
Did you have a light bulb moment?
Yeah, I think I know what we're dealing with. It's horrendous.
oh, great!
It's-
Those are my favorite words ever to be put in the combination together.
Oh yeah, it's literally the worst.
Oh.
I literally cannot think of anything worse. So,
Oh,
potentially Kronos.
Isn't he in jail or something?
There are weird timelines all over the place. I'm here, but also technically not.
So he's in jail, but not. He's Schrodinger.
We all
Schrodinger.
are. I'm so sorry to tell you this.
Don't do that to me, please.
I
I like
It's
to be here.
my
in the
entire
now.
life.
I'm here in the now.
I don't know
Malcolm
what the now
finds,
is.
Like, Malcolm
This is
finds like
my
a
now.
bench or like a clear like floor space and just sits.
Yeah, so people's perceptions being messed with, not being able to remember certain things, the noises, time being manipulated. Sounds kind of like Kronos.
You know, it'd be real funny.
Hmm.
Yeah, you know, Dottie, you were talking about how you're almost sacrificed to something.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be real funny if they're the same thing.
If Kronos and he who walks behind are the same thing?
I mean, I don't think that's how that works, maybe. I don't know.
I don't think it couldn't be how that works.
Think they made like an alliance of some sort. Because you said this Kronos thing controls time, don't you? That's not what you do.
No. Kronos controls time as a whole. I create and control time when it comes to people and to living things. So, I control the creation of lifespans more so than time itself. I have some ability and some power over time, but so do a lot of other gods. When it comes to time itself, Kronos is time itself, in a way.
All right. Okay. Now.
So,
So
like,
why
I'm
would
fate
he,
incarnate.
but why would he be messing around? Because your mama said something about how everything going on in town is basically just like probably a distraction on somebody who's fucking around and finding out what the Venom's job
Yeah.
here.
Which might be okay. So, a few more dots, a few more light bulbs. Kronos, is also the one who actively consumed his kids.
Yep.
Yeah. That.
Excuse me.
Oh yeah, Kronos ate his kids. On more than one occasion, actually.
Yep. I've read this story. I have read this story.
I watched it.
I don't like these stories. These aren't fun stories.
No. So, Zeus is one of those kids. Zeus is my father.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But, and bear with me here, I apologize for your perception of time and reality. I also partially created Zeus and Kronos.
That one's not that bad.
Good, I'm glad.
Multiple timelines, the web of the weave.
Great.
Yeah.
Wibbly wobbly.
Wibbly, I know that one. I know that one. At least.
There we go.
Everyone should know that one.
Perfect. I see we're catching on. This is good. Less brain melting, the better. We've got this. I won't tell you your guys' stuff. That might actually melt your brains.
Please don't.
Well, you said you can't see mine.
No, I know nothing about you.
That could be because of.
So in theory, either Kronos is messing with my perception, for Malcolm in particular, or in the span of time, Malcolm actually has come after when I was ousted.
So we're more wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. Could be multiple things. Got it.
It could
I either am or am not a fixed point in time.
It's true.
That's cool. Short and just
Malcolm's
fixed point.
destined to fight a Titan because he's special. Sounds about right.
Don't put that evil on me, Bobby Ray. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I think it's too late, and I'm so sorry.
No.
I'm also losing my perception of these events, to be fair. So I'm not entirely certain.
Right.
There is a sudden and violent crack of lightning as a tree nearby is split in twain.
All right. I think we need to get on with the show with the bull.
Yeah.
Zeus
That's
is
You need to-
Zeus is
Sorry,
standing
Bob.
next to the tree. He's on all fours. He looks like he's in his, more of his like I'm Zeus costume, but it's just torn and tattered. He has got a horrible black eye. He's got a stab wound in his left shoulder. And he kind of looks up at the three of you, and as he's sitting there, when he appears, he's like huge, but he quickly shrinks down to like y'all size, and he kind of like is kneeling there, and he kind of like just throws himself sideways and is like kind of leaning up on the tree, and he says, he kind of looks right at the Venom, and he says, "Olympus has fallen." And we're going to take a 10-minute break.
Are we just Percy Jackson then?
Apparently.
You mentioned it, now it's here.
Now it's here. I did this.
You did this.
You did this.
Malcolm, how dare you?
I didn't mean to.
So we'll be back in 10 minutes. I gotta get some more drink, and I gotta torture these people more because it's lots of fun. We'll see you guys in 10 minutes. We'll be right back.
I shall.
we're back. Sorry about that taking a little bit longer. I wanted some beefaroni.
Oh,
Beefaroni is.
I mean, I'm right here. I'm right here.
This reminds me of, remember when Milagros used to drink beefaroni as her hydrates? Speaking of hydrates, we owe Gaming Blaine a hydrate and a posture check.
I did both.
Ugh.
That's my dad. I can't afford to miss them.
I drunk twice. One is for M.
See, yeah, no. Blaine and I were sharing the brain cell on Twitter today. It was.
I saw. I just watched that conversation go.
Thank you so much,
I-
ladies. Seems just.
I have notifications on for both your posts and Blaine's post. So I was getting a notification every time one of you replied.
Oh dear.
We were sharing Zemitzi brain cells. It was great.
See, my thing with Shamaze is I always play up the monster aspect. It's your chance to just be inhuman.
I'm just excited to describe every cursed Furby this woman has in game, and it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I'm
We got
excited.
another stretch and hydrate.
What was that?
We got another stretch and hydrate.
God damn it.
Looking for some hot stuff.
And it came from 2 different sources.
It did. That was really well timed. They were like one after the other too.
Mage players all share a nebulous, sentient cloud of space gas as a brain, and all 2 million of us access it at the same time.
Oh yeah, we even went into a mage
We
conversation
are
for a
born.
minute.
Oh boy! All right, so
We are the Borg. You will be assimilated.
No.
I miss glitter hearts, man.
so glitter hearts.
Oh. Now back to Zeus looking beat the hell up.
Right, Olympus has fallen. That shit sucks. Well,
Yeah.
Well,
And so he kind of like is leaning against a tree, and you see that the wound on his shoulder, a golden fluid is coming from it.
Oh, Icker, we love that.
I was really hoping that was more of a Hera-related injury and not a Olympus has fallen related injury.
He says, I arrived and I began summoning people in. He said, and then we were attacked. But I did not recognize the attackers. At first I thought it was somehow Titans. Like the Titans were pulled up out of Tartarus. But
saw a footprint. Yeah.
but as when they got closer, they looked they were giants, but they were blue of skin, and they were either bald or they had white hair.
Now we're in the Norse pantheon.
And
Frost giants?
Yeah.
there were frost giants. By the way, there were frost giants in the Greek pantheon too. They were actually used as shock troops. They were bribed by the gods to use the shock troops against the Titans, and then when after they used them, they just threw them in Tartarus too.
Yeah.
Fucking bastards.
does this sound familiar to the combat that we had against Divinum's ex-devotees?
See, that's the thing. That was something completely different. That's 3 different, because that was native. So that's 3 different pantheons.
Oh, time is so messed up.
What is happening?
All right. Well, we should probably focus on making sure Nyx doesn't try to nix us. We got the yearling and everything, so we can like just.
You gotta. She holds up the flaming sword.
We should also. Someone should also probably tend to
I'll
the
do it.
lightning bearer.
I'll deal
I'll
with
do
it. It's fine. Come here, big boy.
He
You
can't
can
get
handle,
up.
like, God's injuries.
She's just going over to him, and she's just like basically.
Just give him a Caprisa and he'll be fine.
She's weirder than she looks.
You both. I'm assuming the Divinum and Dottie are both going
compliment
over there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the come on, big boy was to Divenom.
Okay, got it. So, Divinum, as you walk over, you see something you've never seen. Ever. Well, no, you maybe seen it once or twice. Ever. You see a line of fate attached to a god.
Oh. Oh no.
And it is
What
stretched thin.
You got like godly gangrene or something? What don't know.
So much worse. So much worse. And Divinum is going to use Lay on Hands. To,
Greetings, Vancouver by night. So you walk over to Zeus. The first thing you notice is it's the ichor, which is what the gods have as blood because they eat for the fruit. They eat the ambrosia. So because they eat ambrosia, they don't have blood. They have ichor. So you walk over and you put your hands on his shoulder and you go lay hands on him as you pump the energy into him to heal him. You can feel his life force is diminished. It was like diminished before he got here somehow. And you can feel as he's healing, but you can feel as you heal him the taint of mortality.
okay, this is bad. Worse. You know how I said it couldn't get worse than Kronos? It's worse than Kronos. So much worse than Kronos. He's becoming mortal. And worse, there is a thread of fate attached to him. And he is dying.
Oh, shit.
He says,
Yeah,
Zeus,
that sounds pretty worse.
I'm assuming you didn't like call everyone to the side to say this. You just kind of said it.
Oh, no.
Zeus is sitting there and he's leaning up at the tree, and he reaches out and he grabs your arm, Divinum, and he says, "There is something going on that is affecting more than just us." And he's like, gestures to you and him. He says, "When I was there, the first thing I did was go to get ambrosia because I was back in Olympus. The fruit was rotted, and the tree is dying.
I think that's a lot worse.
Don't y'all got like a god that handles that kind of stuff? Like the plant goddess or whatever she is?
We have gods for everything.
Was she there? Did she get smited or smoten?
I did not see Persephone or her mother." He says, "It's fall, though."
Yeah, Persephone would be with her husband.
He says, "But for the gods who are there, Hephaestus, sorry. God, I can't remember his proper name.
Francis.
And he says, and the others, he says, of all of them that were there, the only ones that responded to the attack were Ares, myself, and oddly enough, Poseidon.
Where is
And-
Hades?
Hades was nowhere to be found. But if something let the Titans out of Tartarus, that makes sense. They would have to take Hades out first.
But we're
Or-
supposed to deliver to Venom
To cross the river Styx.
to Hades, aren't we?
What if... I just crossed the river Styx. What if that wasn't a threat?
Was it to help?
what if this is affecting everything? And if things are getting out of Tartarus, that's the...
Hold on, I saw this on a webtoon work once. I want to see if it works. Dottie leans down on the ground and taps the earth twice, which is a traditional way to summon Hades, as per Lore Olympus.
Oh my god.
Listen, she reads garbage literature.
She reads garbage literature.
I absolutely hate that webtoon.
I do too.
I prefer Underworld over
Underworld's fantastic.
Underworld is fun.
Seven's magic, so he's wonderful. But Dottie canonically reads awful shit that is mainstream, and so Dottie attempts this in good faith, thinking that it would work, and it probably doesn't because she's usually wrong.
Zeus is like, looks at Divinum's like, what is she doing?
I don't know half the time.
She's trying to summon your brother.
He's like, I already tried to summon Hades.
Okay.
Well,
Before anything else, let's sacrifice this bull.
Yes,
Let's
I'm
get
holding
that
the
done.
lead. Yeah, let's go. She's holding the lead and holding the sword in the other hand.
The bull's
Right. Yes, we have to appease Nyx. Maybe
Appease
Nyx will
Nyx.
help us.
Exactly. And then maybe I can figure out getting to the underworld. Find Hades personally.
Zeus says, if we need to go to the underworld, I can still take us there. I just might not be able to come back if I'm mortal.
Yet not in your condition, but thanks.
Oh, you just got told.
So
I'm
you
not
take,
much better. I'm more mortal, if anything. Over to stitches.
but you,
I'm
you
probably
still
not gonna be able
technically
to
don't
come
have a
back.
mortal body.
It's
You've
true.
been popping between bodies, but you don't
It's
have
true.
one locked body.
No.
Now we'll find a way for you to come back. We'll figure it out. All right, let's get this bull.
All right. Divina will start everything. It's gonna start off. Ow. It's gonna start.
Triggers
off,
for animal murder.
Yeah. Not in detail though.
Not in
in
detail.
a ton of detail.
But an animal will unfortunately die.
Yes. It's gonna start off with consecrating the bull itself. Divinum's gonna do his own once over, make sure, absolutely sure everything's as it needs to be. Then it's going to be the libations to Hestia, because you always have to give libations to Hestia before and after any ritual working you do.
Correct.
And then it's going to be libations to Nyx, invocations to both Hestia and Nyx. Then it's the sacrifice itself. The sacrifice itself is done with absolute reverence. And part of a Greek sacrifice is you must also cook the animal. It's required. And so it's sacrifice, it's the cooking of this bull, so congratulations, we all get veal. And then it's asking of the gods to partake. In this case, 2 actual gods could partake, which is funny. And Nyx, if she could partake. But then it's the closing libations and everything.
Yes.
Upon hearing that we are supposed to partake of this bowl, Dottie's already looking up recipes and.
Now you don't have to eat the entire bowl, and you also don't have to cook the entire bowl.
Correct.
But you
we
must
partake
yes.
of some of it.
Yeah, you do. You gotta cook the
You have
entire
to cook
thing.
the whole thing.
Oh, you
That's
do? I didn't think
You don't
did.
have to eat the whole thing. You have
No,
to.
you don't have to
cook
eat the whole thing. You have
At
to
least cook the
use
whole thing.
Yep.
every part of it.
Yep, because every part of the animal is sacred.
Yep.
Mhm.
That's why
So
it has to
that-
be completely pure.
Yep.
Dottie's basically looking up potluck recipes and bookmarking a couple of them, and then asking Zeus, who is actively dying, "Do you think Nyx would like a steak or maybe a pot pie with veal in it?"
Zeus
Instead
kind of
of-
raises an eyebrow and he says, "Of the 2, I think she'd prefer stew. She seems more that hearty, homely type, you know."
I mean, he or she's
Yeah.
kind of just a crotchety old bitch.
And you hear,
But
"I ain't a crotchety old bitch. You're just a mean, spiteful woman."
oh look, she hath been summoned.
You see Mrs. Hannigan, she's standing there, she's leaning on her cane, and she's looking everything over, and she kind of like looks at
Hello,
Devinum,
ma'am.
and she nods.
Handed the sword over to Devinum.
As God.
And she walks over to Zeus, and she crouches down by him, and she says, "You always said you were not scared of me, but you always said you'd never come into my lair." And she kind of like, she leans forward and she says, "Guess what's waiting for you?" She says, "At the end, there's only dark." She stands up and turns around. Says, "Well, you kids did a good job.
Thank you, ma'am.
I've been busy too. I suppose you want some help."
I would appreciate nothing more.
Olympus has fallen. Ragnarok is begun.
Oh, great.
Wait, no, that one's different. That's not
Yggdrasil's
in
roots have been poisoned by the great stake Jormungandr. The tree of
Okay.
life dies.
And Ambrosia,
Okay.
there is a history.
There
Oh.
is a consistency between all mythologies.
Yes.
There is an end.
Oh, like in the biblical sense, there is the tree of knowledge, aka the forbidden fruit. They say it was an apple, but it really wasn't.
Also, the four horsemen are riding,
Oh, I know that one.
Here's
and
the
the
thing,
beast
though.
has been seen
Hold
in
on.
the sea.
Hold on, we haven't heard any horns yet, because no horns have been laid out for the seals to be broken. Yes, I do know my biblical stuff. There is always a horn when a seal is broken.
Oh, there's
A
yeah,
whore
there's
or a horn?
Horns.
horn.
Whore.
Gabriel sounds
yes,
his
the
trumpet.
whores.
Great. There's 7 seals, and as each seal is broken, Gabriel's trumpet sounds, and millions die every time Gabriel's trumpet sounds. But yeah, she says, "Are you a practitioner? Do you follow?" "I don't think you would." "Then why would you hear the horn?"
You'd be surprised.
I
I
mean,
just know that's one of the things that you know when you're young, a young half succubus thing. That's one of the things you know.
But it seems that most faiths' end times have begun. And we may have two things to thank for it. Kronos and Loki.
oh, I know that one.
Ugh.
Great.
Okay.
I'm assuming he don't look like Tom Hiddleston.
Would he be the one?
I don't know if he could or not. I'm assuming Loki doesn't really have any shape he must keep to.
No. There's also the motherfucker that y'all have been dealing with. The he who
Who?
walked behind motherfucker.
He who walks behind. Ma'am,
I think he
would
plays
you happen
well
to
with
know
God.
if he who walks behind is involved at all?
He who walks behind is not of any of these pantheons.
He's an outsider. He don't really play
Right.
with gods, I don't think.
So he's Cthulhu. Got it.
He
I
who
hope
walks
not.
behind he who walks behind may be waiting to pick the remains.
Aha!
That makes more sense. That sounds more like
Sounds
his
about
mother.
right.
Alright, so
But why would he want Divinum delivered across the river Styx?
He
Trying to
may
perish in
he
favor.
may also be wanting to stop the apocalypse for some reason. If
I
it
mean,
doesn't
think about
serve
it.
his interests,
There's also a chance that if the apocalypse happens and everything goes away, that takes away any followers a lot of power that he may have.
It also takes away, if this world dies, where would the great old ones reach to?
It's true.
I mean, we could summon
makes a
him
lot
and
of
ask.
sense.
We could summon him and ask him.
No, let's not, because
I
that
don't
requires
think that's a
human
good
sacrifice. I done that once. I ain't doing it again.
I mean, if you know the true name, you don't need no sacrifice.
You don't have one.
Everything has a true name. We're taught that.
Well, I don't know. He's been in my rearview mirror since college, so I don't know.
That's fair.
All right.
That is one of the names I do not know.
So everything is going to shit.
Mm-hmm.
We need to go to hell. Well, a version of hell, or the realm of death.
We need to cook a bowl.
Oh, it's already been cooked.
Many
Okay, good.
versions of the
As part of
underworld and afterlife.
We have our Eurydice moment.
Or what now?
Hey, the big artiste.
Thank
Aren't you
you.
working on your masterpiece?
I don't know.
Have you not seen Hades Town, Dottie?
I mean, we were supposed to get tickets, and Charlie went to go see the NASCARs.
Charlie went to go see the
Okay.
NASCARs.
I wasn't gonna go
I'll
by
give you the Reader's
myself.
Digest version on the way to wherever we're going.
So if every
Nick's
religious pantheon, I'm just say religious at this point, is involved, does that mean we could? I mean, we could.
Or I was thinking we just go to the college and we start talking to some youngins and see if they've been hearing shit. 'Cause there's
That
Nick's
a plethora of practicers.
I was just gonna go to the underworld.
Nick's
I don't want
says
to have you go by yourself.
Not by
You
yourself.
don't have time. I appreciate it.
Nick's
but
just
we
raises a hand.
Yeah.
And the fire dims. The shadows elongate and stretch. And somehow you make out in the shadows a staircase going down.
wait.
Thanks, Mom.
Well,
Tree of life.
And she says, daughter, if this is the end times, know that I will remember you fondly. I am sorry. I wish you were eternal.
That's okay. Everything dies.
Not everything. In the absence of light, there is always me.
The Venom's just gonna start walking down the stairs.
It's weird. Their stairs are black, the walls are black, the roof over your head is black, but you can see perfectly. There's no light, but you can feel where every step is. You feel very sure-footed. You're walking down the stairs with confidence.
It's like walking in the dark on shrooms.
Wildly specific.
But very accurate.
Malcolm will begin to like head towards the stairs, and he'll stop in front of Nix, and he'll say, "Ma'am, for what it's worth, it was nice to meet you."
And she reaches up and she pats you on the cheek. Her hand is fucking ice. And she says, "You'll find out soon enough. But I'm very sorry." She says, "And I'll watch out for Zeus. He and I have some things to discuss before things wrap up here."
Unfinished business, you might say.
We don't have any unfinished business. We may have new business.
It's probably none of my business, so I'm gonna go.
He says, "Good luck, Malcolm."
The Venom will look back.
Thanks.
You turned to a pillar of
as-
salt.
Oh, we'll look back, and we'll look up to Malcolm, and seeing that Malcolm's gonna go down there, whether or not Dividend invites him, is just gonna hold up a hand.
Oh.
Malcolm will take it. I told you.
What about
Ride or die.
What about you two? Dottie and Stitches?
Stitches just suddenly yells, Metatron, that's the one who guards the tree of life and writes in the book.
Come on, Stitches. We're behind. Daddy's just gonna grab Stitches' hand and start walking toward the stairs.
Bye, Miss Hannigan.
Miss
Bye,
Hannigan
man.
looks at both of you, Dottie and Stitches, and he says, "It was nice being your neighbor.
Was it?
You're
Who
my
else was I gonna
favorite.
fight with every week?"
Oh, so we were your entertainment?
She's like, she says, an Eternal has to do something to pass the time.
But you bullied me since I was a kid.
You had the greatest little scream.
Also, it didn't help that I was told by Mama to be a pain in your ass. Anyway,
She says, she looks as you're walking down. She's standing at the top of the stairs. She looks down. She says, "And I'm sorry about your mama." And the darkness closes on the top of the staircase.
What?
What?
What do you mean by that?
Is my mama dead?
She might be.
Oh,
She never did come to the house when she said she was gonna.
That switch is going to flip.
It's alright.
Okay. We're gonna head down these fucking stairs. And if I need to beat the shit out of somebody, I'm gonna beat the shit out of somebody.
So you don't walk down the stairs long, but suddenly you're walking out onto a black sandy shore, and ahead of you there is a small boat dock, and it goes out over what appears to be a gently flowing river of black water.
friends, sticks, friends.
Is the river's name Stick?
Sticks.
Sticks. Alright.
Stix.
Yeah.
So, we got
Is there a boat moored by the dock?
Nope. But there is a post with a bell.
I'll go up and ring it.
I'll go with her. So she's not alone.
Him. He's a deal.
Venom's a
He's a deal right now.
Oh,
Are you
I am eternal. I don't care what my pronouns are.
There cannot be a fate without a universe, and vice versa. There is. You guys are all go up on the dock.
Yep.
So you're looking out across, and the river is wide, but like I said, it's fairly gently flowing. But there is a mist that shrouds the other bank of the river. You cannot see it. And as you're watching, what appears to be a lantern sparks out of in the mist, and it drifts over, and you see there is a boat coming towards you. It has a lantern in the prow. At the stern of the boat, there is a man with a push stick, who's pushing the boat along. He looks like a very tall, gaunt, elderly man, and he kind of is. He looks at you as you come pushing up, as he comes pushing up the dock, and he ties the boat off, and he looks at all of you, and he looks at you, Divinum, and he says, "You're not supposed to be here." It says, "In your condition, I cannot guarantee you passage back."
Thank you, Chiron.
It says,
But I know.
and he looks at the two sisters and he says, he looks at Dottie and says, "It is before your time." And he looks at Stitches and he's like, "And I have no say over you." He says, "You're only half mortal. And the other half doesn't belong to me." And he looks at Malcolm, "And you?" He kind of makes a quizzical face. And he reaches a hand out towards you, Malcolm.
Mm-hmm.
Do you back away? Do you...
No, I stay put.
He reaches a hand and he basically he rubs his thumb on one eye and then he rubs his thumb on the other eye. And there are 2 gold coins, one over each eye. And he takes the coins and he's like, "Your fare's already been paid."
How come are you dead?
Maybe. If I'm certainly confused.
He says, "You're not dead, but you're not alive either."
That's fun. That's fun. That's fun. Okay.
One of your
Ooh.
writers from your world, oddly stated, but well stated. "That is not dead which may eternal lie, yet with strange eons, even death may die." Now,
Lovecraft was always a weirdly confusing and oddly problematic man.
incredibly problematic. But
Hmm.
even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Fair.
He says, "So, is everyone ready?"
As ready as I'm going to be. Or
And
not going.
he looks at Dottie. He says, "His fare was paid. They will not need fare, as they're technically not even supposed to be here. But you,
I'm confused. Are you saying I can't go on the boat with them?
you were not properly prepared. You need 2 coins."
Daddy roots around in her pockets and pulls out 2 nickels.
He literally just reaches out his hand. He takes the 2 nickels, and he says, "That is all that was needed." And as you see, when he goes to put them in the same pouch he put the ones he got from Malcolm. As you see, as he's bringing them down, they turn into gold coins. He says,
Oh.
"Before your time, but binding nonetheless."
All right. I hope Charlie enjoys being a widow.
He says,
Maybe he'll buy a NASCAR and name it in your honor or something.
He might.
"You guys all get into the boat?"
Oh, Stitches is allowed on the boat?
Mm-hmm.
Malcolm gets in.
Yep, Daddy gets in.
Stitches is not getting in yet.
Stitches? And my mom apologized to all of us before we came down here. If something has happened to your mom, I am sorry. But if we succeed here, time is weird.
Well, we'll see when we fix it. Fix it in a way that I'm not even getting to the hoopla.
That's for the best, I'm sure.
She'll hold her hand out for Divinum,
Divinum will take it.
help Divinum into the boat, and then get in the boat.
Divinum will lift Stitches into the boat. And It's like lifting air.
I have never been lifted like
It's
this.
that scene from Dirty Dancing. Baby gets lifted.
Oh,
The time of my life.
Malcolm actually mutters that as he watches.
You can swear you can hear the AOL dial-up tone in Stitch's brain right now.
All right, so
Welcome.
Charon begins pulling the boat out into the river. He says not a word. As you cross into the mist, it literally is so thick it's hard to see each other. When you come out the other side of the mist, you see a very ornate boat dock, much larger than the one you left from. And when you look back to look at the other, to see if you can make out the other shore, Charon is now a skeletal figure in a hood and long cloak. He is still poling the river, but he now looks like the caricature of death. The boat glides up to the dock, and he deftly ties the boat up, and then he just holds out a hand and extends it to the dock.
The entire time that they've been on the water, Malcolm has been like singing, "Gonna take a walk outside today. Gonna see what we can find."
Oh no,
today.
Stitch is like,
Gonna take a
are we
walk
not going to get any
outside
warning about
today."
keep your arm, legs, and feet inside the vehicle at all times?
I feel like that's I feel like that's understood.
I want to. I mean, think about it. I thought about touching the water, but I think
Don't do
that's
that.
dumb.
It's probably a bad idea. I think you know
Yeah.
that's a bad idea.
Even I know not to do that.
You know what the water's made of, right?
Souls.
Souls that are not allowed to pass on because they weren't prepared properly, or they were so bad they didn't earn it.
Yeah,
Feels-
Stitch is still rebooting.
Malcolm can probably hear all of this, which is why he's singing the song.
Oh, her mentally rebooting?
No, he can hear the souls in the water, which is
Oh.
why he's singing over it to distract himself from the fact that he can hear all of the souls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you would hear nothing but, weeping and begging and pleading and just misery.
I think
Yeah.
Dottie, being curious along this boat ride, would have telepathically tapped into Malcolm's head. Because he seems to know how this works, and she's curious.
Today. Oh, hey, Daddy.
Oh, hi there.
My head again.
Malcolm,
Why
are
would
you
somebody
scared
already
shitless?
have you- Huh?
Malcolm, are you scared shitless currently?
No,
I know it's
just-
absolutely acceptable he's scared shitless in that situation. But
No, he's just very, very sad in this situation with like hearing all of the souls and like trying to he's doing his best to drown out the noise.
Mhm.
Stitch is
Uh.
leaning, looking over the edge of the boat.
You see faces
You
go
are-
by.
you are-
Devito like needs to get a leash, like a backpack leash.
Not stopping, Stitch is just holding.
Yeah, just so
Yeah.
she don't
Back
fall
the
in.
t-shirt.
Hook.
I mean, she is wearing like her spike choker, so just like holding on to that.
That's legit.
I was like, when is Stitches gonna realize that Daddy's got her choker?
Oh. Now, at some point, she's just gonna sit back, fold in her, because she's like her horns are all out, her wings are out.
I
her
assumed when
tail's
you
out,
said you
she's
hit the
open.
switch.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. Her wings are folded in.
You're in my head, Daddy. That's,
Mhm.
that's a thing.
Yeah. We've done this before in the past. I don't
Yeah.
think you noticed, but as much.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Are you okay?
You can hear
I can-
what he's hearing, what he's trying to drown out.
You can hear them, can't you?
Through his
Now,
head, you
yeah.
can hear him.
In here.
I can't hear them on my own, but I can hear them through you.
Yeah. That's it's very sad, and I'm doing my best to cope with that.
Daddy just holds out a hand to Malcolm.
Malcolm takes her hand in his.
How about you go through your favorite books in the library in library order? I think that's a thing, right? You guys feel like a Dewey Decimal System or something?
Yeah, well, we have computers to do all of that stuff now. But like Malcolm will like try and explain the whole like the way the computer system works in conjunct with the Dewey Decimal System. And then also, yeah, that I also happen to like. I mean, then we'll just rattle off the books that he has favorited in the library.
And Daddy's just doing this trying to distract the discomfort on the boat ride.
Yep. Like I said, the boat ride is not eventful. And usually he ties off at the docks and he gestures for y'all to get off the boat.
Dividend will be the first to step off. And will then hold out a hand to help each consecutive person out of the boat. In fact, it's less of like a help up, and it's more of a I don't want anyone falling in. Lift,
Yes.
lift.
Stitches, I can fly. I mean, but it's fine.
Is it weird that I'm enjoying this part? No. Okay.
Oh, no, I enjoy it too. It's fine.
I can
Cool.
just carry you all. It's not like you weigh anything to me.
No, I think for my own sake, I think I'd like to walk.
All right, now where are we going?
We crossed it.
Yeah. Yep.
So you can see that a path leads from the dock. And it goes winding up a gradual hill. And at the top of the hill, you see a large wall of solid black stone. And in the wall, there are two huge wooden doors that are bound in wrought iron. Sitting outside the door, just laying on the beach, snoring,
Yep.
is a huge 3-headed dog.
No.
Cerberus is next.
Stitches is like
Great
puppy.
big
Puppy.
So
Divinum, can we pet it?
We should probably not pet the puppy. Unless the Venom says it's okay.
I mean, it's just as cute as a hellhound.
The Venom knows more about this dog than we do.
it's massive. It's like twice the size of a horse.
Truly, unless you're breaking a rule, or if Hades decides you're fucked, Cerberus is actually safe.
Okay.
I would like to try to telepathically talk to the puppy.
I don't know if we've broken any rules, though.
That moment of silence when Donnie's
Does
in the
my
house, like
does my-
dog.
Does my existence break a rule? I mean, you heard what
Mine-
Brian said about me.
So are you guys walking forward as you're having this conversation?
Dottie's gonna reach out telepathically to one of the heads.
You see in your mind, you see a 3-headed dog running through a field, chasing a rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
All 3 tongues are lolling out.
Baby.
It's having the best time ever. And the only real thing you can understand out of it is rabbit, 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 rabbit.
Sounds about right. Donnie's gonna whisper, the puppy is having a rat chasing dream and seeming to have a good dream. I don't think we should wake him up. Might be rude.
Probably.
I will say, Cerberus's job is to keep the living from entering. Technically, we did cross the river correctly.
But technically, we're no longer living.
Technically,
us.
some of us were never living to begin with.
And one of us
Yeah.
is not of this domain's choicing.
So, in theory, we've done everything correctly.
I mean, am I technically trespassing?
I don't think
Got
we're technically
across.
visiting. I think.
We were allowed to cross, so I agree with the venom. I think we're okay.
So we
That's
go
the
up
thing.
to the door and knock.
Well, we can.
Okay, we can open the door. I didn't know we needed to be have manners and knock on the door. I don't want to get another bull.
So again, I was asking, were you guys walking
Yeah,
forward as you're having
yes.
a conversation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
Absolutely.
as you approach the door, Cerberus stirs. He, does the doggy thing of, stands up, sticks his butt up in the air, puts his shoulders down on the ground, stretches. All three heads yawn at one time.
Oh,
He
you
looks
are
like
so cute.
he looks like a combination of like a Rottweiler and a pit bull. He's got the huge jaw, the big flat head. He's got the massively broad chest. And he's sitting there, and he kind of like shakes all three heads, and slobber goes everywhere. And then he kind of looks at you all, and he comes wandering on the beach, and you hear a rattling clanking. As he's walking, a huge chain is unfurling behind him. And you see that chain is bolted to the wall beside the door. And as he comes walking down, he stops like right in front of you all. So he's kind of like blocking the path. And he lowers his three heads down.
Oh,
And he ignores Malcolm completely.
interesting.
He sniffs the venom.
All right.
And then just kind of like one of the heads sniffs the venom, one of the heads sniffs Stitches, and one of the heads is sniffing Dottie.
Oh, Stitches puts the hand out, like when you normally do for like dogs. That's what she does.
He sniffs the hand then. And he sniffs the hand, and for the venom, he kind of he chuffs. And then that head actually kind of like nods to the venom.
I remember making you, little scritches.
And then for Dottie, he kind of like gives a little half bark, half yip, and he like this kind of thumps his head into you.
Dottie just scritches the head and telepathically bonds again with the puppy.
And for Stitches, that head is looking at you and meeting you dead in the eyes
She's staring right back.
as he's like sniffing your hand. There's a very low growl.
I would like to use manipulate someone
Okay.
Oh,
just to mainly. I don't know. What do I want to use?
I have an ability that I can use.
What's that?
Well,
I have Dark Negotiator, which I can use it on monsters.
Oh, well, he definitely counts.
Yeah.
I'm using telepathy to basically be in his head,
Mhm.
anyways.
Yeah,
So
he is keying off on Stitches as not supposed to be here, but
can't.
she's half supposed to be here too. So
Yeah,
he's
I
been,
can't use it. I can't use it because it can't talk. So
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do manipulate someone
okay.
it
to
can
try
talk.
and try and convey to.
He has
Cerberus-
intelligence.
Cerberus can talk.
Cerberus-
Okay, because it specifically says it has to be able to be reasoned with and talked to.
Oh no, he can reason. He
Mhm.
actually acknowledged the venom.
I got an 8.
An 8. That is a partial success. So, what are you doing to try and?
So I'm in the doggo's head,
Mhm.
right? Am I seeing anything while I'm in here?
He can. He understands that number one, he's reasoning at a very high level. He understands that Stitches is part human, but he knows that she is also part something that does not belong in this domain. His debate internally is whether the human side, which technically is dead at this point, can come in because it's still attached to the demonic side, and that would mean allowing the demonic side to come in as well. And the attachment is not artificial, like she wasn't made into this thing. This is her natural state. Yeah. This bifurcation of spirit is a natural state with her. So he's very, like, you can hear him. He's actually, like, reasoning in his head. He's like, am I going to get into shit for this? Technically, I could let her in because she's got a human soul in there, but she's also a demon, and they're not supposed to be here unless they go straight to Tartarus. I could send her straight to Tartarus, but then the human soul will be being damned for the demon side, and the demon, I don't know if the human soul is done enough.
The dog.
Daddy just kind of intercepts a little bit, like, I think you're doing some downright methodical logic in there, but what if I just give you some scritches, call you the very bestest boys that I've ever met, the very cutest boys I've ever met, and while I do so, if my cousin there, who is more mortal than she is demonic, trust me, if you haven't seen her put down a quarter pounder, it is straight up mortal.
In his head, you see him just like light up, and he is picturing a double quarter pounder with cheese.
Oh no, add bacon to that, and then you got pretty much her order in like a milkshake and some fries.
If you could feel a dog roll his eyes up into his head, in his head, that's where he is right now. He is loving the divine. He actually literally says, and you hear him is like, actually didn't even say it in his head. All three of the dog's mouths open up at once, and he says, just for reminding me. He looks at Divinum and he says, she's your problem.
I mean,
you answer for whatever she does.
I'm not trying to be a problem. I gave you scritches.
He looks at you and he says, I didn't bite your hand off.
I know.
He says, that doesn't change the fact that you are half.
I know.
Which is why you now have an escort.
Oh.
We'll consider you half a visitor.
I'm half a visitor. Perfect.
And somehow we had to figure out how the other half stays.
I'm sorry, what?
You cross the river.
You cannot leave.
We can't leave. At least the mortal bits of us.
Oh. So I'm leaving here full demon then, once we leave?
I mean, you could probably just take up your mom's job.
No, I'd rather stay on.
Cerberus looks at you really intently with all three heads, and he says, what part of you would remain to know that you were ever mortal if the mortal half stays?
That's a good question.
Very smart, doggo.
I need 5 minutes, real quick. I'll be right back.
$7 better be.
Sorry, guys.
Hey,
I had to go help someone out real fast, but we're back. All right,
Now we're heading up the path,
Yeah.
heading to the doors.
skillfully.
Dottie puts Malcolm in between herself and Stitches.
What is happening?
We're gonna see if this works.
Okay.
The dog basically ignored me. I don't.
This is also
One,
true.
I'm sad. I'm sad that the dog. You can feel how sad he is that he got ignored by a dog. And two, he is confused by this whole situation that he's found himself in, where he is neither alive or dead. So,
So the doors open as you're walking up to them. Ahead of you, there is the path that was like a gray gravel turns almost immediately into a beautiful white stone, like right in a line on the other side of the door. There is what looks to be a small city laid out before you, and the door goes the stone path from the door goes straight up and meets at a crossroads, a four-way crossroads, right after, but not even like 100 feet beyond the door. And standing in that crossroads is... Oh, thank you very much for the raid, Fudge God. But standing at that crossroads is a woman in a gorgeous red dress. It's reds and oranges and browns, and there is a mantle of changed leaves that have changed shades on her shoulders, and she is wearing a crown that has the signet of a king and a queen on it. And she's looking at all of you, and she says, I've been expecting someone. I didn't know who.
Dottie points at Davina.
Sorry it took me so long.
She says, you're who I was expecting. She says, but he is someone I do not know.
I don't think he's from our existence.
Yes, you. She says, she looks at Davidum and she says, Hades is missing. The well of Tartarus has been emptied. The monsters roam the face of the earth. The end times appear to be upon us.
Okay.
This does not affect Hades in this. This does not affect the underworld in the slightest. But all those creatures have been loosed upon the natural world, as is written. There is nothing that I could do to circumvent this. I may be the queen, but Hades controls this place. And he's the only one that could have prevented this. The only thing that I know for sure is that he has not left the underworld. Because I would know this. I think the reason you're here is to find him.
Okay.
And she goes, she kind of like turns a little bit, and as she comes back around, she is holding 4 glowing pearls. And she says, this is the only thing I can offer you. The one thing that no mortal spirit has ever done. I can offer you a chance to go back. But only if you can find Hades himself.
Well, that's the plan anyway.
She says,
Would you be able to answer a question, perhaps, Your Highness?
absolutely. I will provide you with any assistance I can.
Haran said that I was neither alive or dead.
She
What
says, as
does
queen of the
that
underworld, I can tell you that the only reason you would be here is if you were dead. All of you are technically dead.
You also mentioned that someone already paid my fare.
This is, I have no knowledge of this, but I don't think it's unprecedented. Others have come here without fare because their deeds, exploits, or their evilness warranted them to come.
Hades also may know more.
That is my hope.
Yeah. It's the whole not alive and not dead thing that's kind of stuck in my brain on a loop right now. So I have questions. I have questions. Definitely questions.
I will spare this bit of time for you. I can take you to one place where you might be able to find answers. The Well of Souls. If you are part of this order, then your place will be in the Well of Souls. It's the place where you await judgment. Everyone has a spot in the Well of Souls, whether evil or good. Because everyone deserves judgment.
Okay.
She says, I can take you to the well, and you will find out whether or not this is your fate.
I'm gonna turn to everyone. Is everyone okay with this? We can always wait until after we find Hades.
Well, I was wondering if a god dies, do they have a spot in the Well of Souls?
Persephone nods.
So there's a chance maybe something
She says,
got Hades and he's just in his spot.
oh
in the well.
no, I am the queen of hell while I am here. I can look in every aspect. That's how I know Tartarus is empty.
All right.
I can see into every aspect of Hades. Every hell, every heaven, everything.
And he's not there.
But you know that he hasn't left, at least.
That means he's somewhere hidden. And that is possible.
Well, he is the hidden
He
one.
may be hiding himself for some reason. Or he may have been taken by something that knows of his hidey holes.
Oh. Malcolm's there an ancient story of hide and seek with Hades that would help us?
I don't recall any hide and seek stories
She
Do they know?
involved Hades.
Honestly, learning more about Malcolm may help us find Hades.
All right.
Because as weird and twisted as fate is, there are no coincidences. Not a one.
Yeah.
I would know. I made most of them.
But not
But-
the
Not to my knowledge, but now that we know Kronos is involved, there's a lot that I may not know that I had a hand in. So, Malcolm, if you want to.
I think I want to.
She says,
I think I need to.
She says, very well. Then we will be, and as she says it, there is a whirl as like everything seems to shift around you. And she says, at the Well of Souls. And you're standing facing a huge archway. You're on like the white path, but beyond the archway, it's stone. And there is an outcropping of stone that just juts out over nothing. And you can see that there is a glow coming from down below. And she says, if you are supposed to be here, there will be a spot for you in the well. This is if you're not, then you'll be rejected from the well. Because you have no place here. Normally those who are rejected from the well go into the river.
Right.
But since you are here to aid us, and we do not know your fate, and you may be outside of this place's responsibility, I will make sure that you do not go to the river.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Just as simply walk out onto the rock.
Malcolm's going to kind of look at everybody and give kind of a smile, and he's going to start walking out onto the rock.
As Malcolm starts walking, Divinum will take a step to the edge and we'll just make sure Malcolm hears him. No matter what happens, no matter where you belong, I will make sure you come back to us.
And Malcolm kind of turns so that Divinum can see at least part of his face, and gives Divinum a smile, and then nods, and then we'll turn and continue walking.
As Malcolm walks out onto the stone precipice, Malcolm, you yourself, you start to feel almost like an elation, a jubilation. You start to feel happy, and at the same time, mellow and calm. So it's a combination of excitement and being consoled or being comforted as you're walking out on the ledge. And as you stand on the ledge, you can feel that you're not meant to be here. And Divinum, you see a golden string, an incredible, powerful line of fate, reach off from Malcolm and go off into the distance in Hades. And Malcolm, as you stand there, you know that you're not supposed to be in the well, but you know you're supposed to be here.
That's really weird. And Malcolm will turn around. Not supposed to be in the well, but I am supposed to be here. What does this mean? What is happening?
Pulls up this hand, like reaches out with a pinky. Your pinky promised to tell me if you end up being a demigod.
I think I can answer that. I can see his string.
I thought Malcolm didn't have a string.
He didn't.
And now I do?
It's gold.
What does that mean?
It means you're divine.
So enough.
So does Stitch's string look different here?
Look over. No?
Yep. She does have, she has technically two strings,
Yeah.
but they're
Her
wound
strings are
together.
weird.
They're like braided.
Actually, we might be able to follow your string.
Yeah, that's another thing. Normally the strings kind of like just go off into a middle distance because they go out to fade. This one is tight, like it's attached to something that has weight.
Malcolm, you might be the walking, breathing key to us finding Hades. If
That's good.
my theory is correct.
That's good. That's real good. Okay. Cool. Right. Okay. Good clue. Golden string, possibly leading to maybe Hades. That's
It
great.
might be you.
I was afraid you would say that. But wait, if it were leading to me, wouldn't it be less of a line and more of a loop?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Deities can take on many forms, can be in many places at once, can split themselves. Timelines can fracture. There's any number of reasons. Hades might be lost because you are.
This is like a Nazi boys all over again. Okay.
Where
but
I can try something
We're dead.
that might help a little bit.
yeah, sure.
Stitch, what you got in your pockets?
Do you really want to know? Why do you want to know what's in my pockets?
Just what's in your pockets?
She pulls out her wallet.
What do you have in your pockets where that would be the answer to your question?
Please tell me the Stitches has a chain wallet.
Yes, chain wallet, a pack of smokes.
We live in a small town. Who's trying to rob you?
Hold on. I'm not
Chain
even
wallets
done.
are fashion statements, damn it.
She
I
pulls
think
out
it's
a
multi-purpose.
taser. She pulls out a taser. Hold on. Let's see what's in this pocket. Here we go. Her coin purse. Yeah, she has a coin purse. And oh no, we're not pulling that one out.
All right. You got one of those fancy pennies from the county fair?
Fancy what?
The fancy pennies from the county fair we used to make. You still keep
Yeah.
those on you?
Hold on. She'll open it up and she
Like the
pulls
ones
out.
that are like flat and
pulls-
curved and weird.
Yeah, she pulls out 6 of them.
All right. Can I have one?
Let him see if he can.
Dottie's going to use
It has a little goat on it.
Dottie's going to use Jinx,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm going to use one of my luck points,
Okay.
and it's to the target finds something you left for them, and Dottie is going to name the target to be Hades, and then drop it.
Do you have to make any type of roll for that at all?
Not if I use a luck point; it's an automatic success.
All right. So the
It becomes a
target
12,
is Hades?
so I rolled 2.
Gotcha. So the target is Hades?
The target is Hades.
And it's
Dottie
something
wants
that...
Hades to find it.
So the coin's going to disappear and go to Hades?
Because Dottie is leaving it for Hades.
All right. Well, then it disappears. Do you get anything else from that?
I get to hold 2.
Okay, cool.
And I also used one of my luck points. So my spooky special, I mark off my luck points, and my dark side gets a little bit nastier.
Mm-hmm. It is the scary part about spending luck as a spooky. Spooky's one of the only ones that has penalties of spending luck.
Spellslingers do too, actually.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, when you spend a point of luck, the official council of wizards is going to poke their nose into your business.
What the fuck are you doing?
Like, what?
Why are
just
you?
bended some shit.
Why are you fucking with the natural forces?
Yeah,
I didn't mean
monstrous.
to.
Monstrous don't.
Yep. So, so that's going to Hades. But you don't know where he is or where it goes.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I'm just going to look at Malcolm. Malcolm, check your pockets for me real quick.
Okay. Put my hands in my pockets. Pull out all the contents.
No flattened coin.
All right. So you're not Hades. So we still got a thing to look for. But now Hades has a lucky penny with a goat on it.
Should boost his spirits.
It's
Or
a
if he's
goat.
just going to be real confused.
They
I
can
would
do
be
it.
already.
How would you like to?
I, 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 if do I see the string actually? That's a question. Do I see this string of fate that's attached to me?
I don't think you could unless you use the sight.
I'd have the sight as a as the thing from my.
It would
So, yeah,
still
I'm gonna use the
be
sight.
because this is beyond yours. Technically, you can do this, but it's gonna be like when I say use a sight, I mean like make a weird roll because
Okay.
you're gonna be trying to see the lines of fate, which is not normally viewable by mortals.
Can I give Malcolm my 2 that I'm holding?
Yeah, sure.
I'm also holding like
We got to
2
stretch.
as well.
Oh, my elbows are not supposed to be doing that. Okay.
Oh, put your joints where they need to be.
Put those back.
I'm actually getting tested for EDS. So
Oh.
I thought you did the
Yeah.
test.
nope, they had to reschedule.
I hate that.
So do hold stack?
Do what?
Yeah, that's a good question. Do hold
Do hold
stack?
stack?
Yeah.
So
If
I'll
you
give
gave him 2 and he already had 1, he would have 3.
Yeah.
I have 2 that I'm holding.
Yeah. Because I gave you 1 last time.
Yeah,
I gave
So-
you 1 for I interfered with whatever the fuck was fucking around with the bulls. So you should
And I
have
had-
from me.
and I had 1 from one of my uses of the sight, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe so.
So
you start writing that stuff
with
down.
all of that, I've got an 11. I am writing this down.
So you have an 11.
Yeah.
You can see the lines of fate. You can see yours, which you only have 1. And compared to all the other lines of fate, it is a golden glowing cord. Divinum's lines of fate are like she has 1 to you, she has 1 to Dottie, 1 to Stitches. She has 1 that seems to be just coming into existence to Persephone. And then she's got a bunch more that go elsewhere. But there's 1 that doesn't go, goes out into the nether. And that one is like where yours is a golden glowing, hers is almost like a blue glow. And then Dottie's and Stitch's is main one is like a weave of a black and a white strand. And then Dottie's is just a white strand that currently has like veins of black running through it.
That's about right. My thread is veiny.
Veiny.
It's ribbed for somebody.
Love it. I love it. I love it.
Okay. So, yeah, and as you look and you follow the gold one, it goes away from you. It goes like straight out across the well and into basically darkness. And you can't see where it goes from there because it just fades away.
I can't see where my line goes, but it's going. It's into
Can
the
you tell
dark.
me?
You can
Across
see it.
the. Yeah, I had to use the sight, but yeah, I can see it. I can also see all of your lines.
Oh yeah. Yeah. When you create everything, you get a lot.
Bunch.
Yeah,
The
you-
blue one went that way, and then Dottie, you've got a white line with some weird black veins in yours. And Stitches, you've got 2 that seem to be like twisted up like a candy cane.
I mean, think about it. I'm half something, half another thing. So
I mean that it makes sense.
You can't see the golden cord that you see off of you or blue cord that you saw off of Divinum. You can't see either one off of Persephone.
Persephone doesn't have any.
Persephone says, "When I'm here, I'm dead."
I guess that makes sense. Means you have no. Right. Okay. So, how do we? Because it's going. My line seems to be going across the well. How do I get across the well? Do I just can I just walk across the well? It seems like it's a ledge leading into a thing. How do I do this?
Daddy's just gonna stitch his head with Telepy. You should try to fly Malcolm across the well.
All right, I got this. All right, Malcolm, stretch his outer wings. Come here.
What are you? Oh, are you? Okay, we can try that. Yeah. Let's give that a shot.
All right.
And he will go and kind of T-pose himself.
T-pose.
We are going to attempt this, even though technically I do not have the flight move. So this is just going to be we're going to fuck around and find out.
Oh no!
I am tempting fate tonight. All right, what do I need to roll?
Okay, so you need to make me a what would
Is it a
that be?
weird? Would that be a weird?
Sure. Because that's weird.
If you guys end up making it across, in theory, I could turn into a very large bird and get Dottie across.
A very large bird.
Very
Please
large-
don't be a pelican.
Please don't be a
No.
pelican. I don't think she means a natural bird.
No.
It'd be like one of the birds from Lord of the Rings.
The
Some
giant
really
eagles.
Fucking big turtle dove.
Did you be
Really
like
big
Smaug?
turtle dove?
I
Did
got
you
a
be like Smaug?
Smoke.
In theory.
I got a 13.
Oh Jesus.
Wow.
Oh Jesus. So explain and describe to us how you deftly fly Malcolm across the
Oh
well.
no! As we get to the edge of the well and we jump off, she's like, "Oh, by the way, I've never done this before."
What?
So we're falling down this well for a moment. We're falling down. I bet Malcolm is just fucking screaming.
Oh yeah.
And then all of a sudden, she just flies up, and you just see her go across. I did it.
I did it. You see her actually look down and check and make sure she still has Malcolm for a second.
Did you piss
I
yourself?
don't think I can die of a heart attack.
Did you
here.
piss yourself?
I don't think I did. I think I came close.
So she'll land gracefully on the other end of the well. She's
Mhm.
like, "Oh, cool. I guess that paid off. I guess, playing with fate does have its benefits."
As you land on the other side of the well, you see ahead of you there is just a wall of shadow. And the golden cord goes into the wall of shadow. But you can't see it past the wall. Divinum, are you going to carry Dottie across?
Very large, dusky turtle dove. Massive.
Massive.
Turtle
Which-
doubly-ish.
Which now Malcolm and Dottie actually get to see because he was already dilfed by the time they got there.
Justified.
Are you gonna coo me again?
She might poop on you, so I'd be afraid.
Coo. Very large, godly coo. And Divin will kind of step up next to Dottie as this massive bird. Do you want me to carry you, or do you want to get on flapping a wing up?
See,
Oh,
that's why Dad passed out.
Oh. Before we go, is Persephone still behind us? Dottie just pulls out a little, it looks like a little trading card,
Mm-hmm.
but it's actually one that Lulu has made,
Oh.
and it's like crocheted. Just a little embroidery pattern of a flower that she just keeps in her pockets for good luck and just hands it to Persephone. Here you go. I think you might like that. Thank you for all your help.
Persephone
nice.
takes it, and she kind of taps it against her hand, and she says, This is the first time any soul has ever given me a token.
Well, you always got to bring like a host present. Your lovely hostess. All right, Divinum, I request uppies. As you say.
just request uppies of the venom as a giant turtle dove.
Yep,
I did.
Okay. I mean, this day has already kind of blown all expectation.
Malcolm,
So sure, huh?
thank you for trusting me, even though I didn't tell you until we were halfway down the well. I never done that before.
That's we will talk about that later.
You sure?
I don't know.
How about we say we did?
We can say that I gave you a thorough admonishing.
Perfect.
For
We
not
love
telling
that.
me in advance.
Beautiful.
there you go.
Cool.
The deal is now done. Anyways,
Cool.
Uppies.
Uppies.
Little flap to get in the air, and then it's the talons. Don't go by the arms because they're like that would put too much pressure. No.
Do you just turn her sideways and
Instead, it's 1 foot going around sort of the upper body, the other foot going around the lower body, and then carrying that way, so there's not just pressure dislocating the shoulders.
That is
what would happen.
Kind of like you're on the tilt-a-whirl. I think that's the one
Mm-hmm.
where you get
With the
spun
things
around,
over the shoulders, yeah.
and it's just gonna like brace like that.
So
Yeah.
you fly Dottie across, and as you guys land, you see that Malcolm and Stitches are standing in front of this huge black wall. The Venom, you can see the gold cord going into the blackness, and as you all are standing there, the blackness suddenly parts, and you can see that there is an area just beyond this, and the area is completely lit up as there is a man standing there. He stands about 18 to 20 feet tall. He is completely engulfed in flame, and he kind of looks at you all and he says, "It is unexpected that you made it this far, but I'm afraid this is where it all stops."
What?
Are you the bad guy?
No. I am the one who has been the brunt of the world's joke for long enough.
All right. What do you mean you've been a joke? Who's been bullying you?
Honey, do you need to talk about it? We can talk about it.
We can talk. Talking is always nice.
I think talking's done enough for everyone.
No, sweetheart. Who's been bullying you? Who started it?
My friend,
And your friend
sound-
is?
Odin.
I don't know that one.
He's the All-Father. I think that's who he's referring to.
Yeah.
Oh, honey, you got daddy issues. It's okay.
He is not my father.
Oh, that's even worse.
From
I'm
there.
sorry. Bart.
Hold one eye.
He's like, but it's okay. As soon as I unmake all of his creation, we can build things right. And make sure that it gets done properly this time.
And by what name are you called?
I'm Loki.
And what are your pronouns?
Feeling it might be.
Any
I
and
feel-
all.
Yep, that sounds about right. That sounds
All
about
right.
That sounds about right.
I want to vibe check this motherfucker.
Vibe check, Loki. Hold on.
Vibe check.
Vibe check
This-
Loki.
How are you vibe
Motherfucker.
checking him? Are you just trying to get a gauge of him? Like, would this be an intelligence
She is
roll?
investigating a mystery to
Perfect.
ensure this is actually him.
Okay. Who else would be an 18-foot tall guy on fire?
But here's the thing: it could be many things. It could even be Prometheus. It could
That
be
was literally
Prometheus. It could be even Prometheus, god of fucking fire, the
Yeah, so
Titan of
there's-
fire.
There's Prometheus, there's Hephaestus, there's Surtur.
All right, you ready for this? I'm spending a luck.
Wow.
I'm spending a luck
Ooh.
so I can get an automatic 12.
All right. This is fucking Loki.
Not
In
regular
his
Loki, this is
aspect-
fucking Loki.
In his aspect as one of the catalysts for Ragnarok.
All right, now.
I got a 4, so I failed.
And I think that that's a good place to wrap for the evening.
I was about to do some fuck shit, but thank you.
Well, I was figuring you were about to do some fuck shit, and that might make it go way longer. So I was
Yep.
like, so let me pause Em in her bloodbath.
I'm sure we'll be back to it in no time.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I can tell you guys, this actually, I was worried because we were getting a little bit behind, but I think that we can finish this up in the next 2 shots. So,
All right,
Nice.
so we are at the end of the session.
mhm.
Did we conclude the current mystery? We technically know the answer.
I think we concluded a mystery. We
Mhm.
We
concluded,
did.
Yep.
but not the big one.
Not
Did
the
we
big
conclude-
one.
A mystery of why Devenom needed
Yep.
to go into the underworld.
Which
Did
was
we
yeah.
save someone from certain death or worse?
We kind of saved all of us by doing the hospitality thing
hmm
from Nyx's wrath.
Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's ending!
As they say we learned a few things.
And finally, we did learn something new and important about one of the hunters.
Yeah, we
So
Just
we
buy-
get 2 XP. I think all of us have leveled up again.
Sure did.
Yeah.
That
Have
kinda
any of you
seals
failed rolls
which
yet?
move I'm taking.
I failed one.
I
I
failed
have not failed one yet.
one last time and one this time, I think.
So that's 2 more XP. Remember to mark those off.
Well, no, I failed one like a while ago,
Mm-hmm.
like a couple of sessions ago,
Yeah.
right before we leveled up that time. So I had one over,
Mm-hmm.
and then I failed one this time. So it makes
Yeah.
it gets me at a level up.
All
At least.
right. I mean,
Yeah,
I
I'm
took
definitely at leveled.
I took the immortal move. Does that mean
Yes!
I do not age
That's the
or
one that I'm
sicken,
taking too.
and I suffer 1 less harm?
I don't have that as an option. So
You can. Oh, wait, no, you're not to the point where you can take stuff from other people's playbooks yet, are you? Nope.
You can at improvements.
I
Normal
can at
improvements.
I
Yes.
Are you
if
debating?
Loki,
Huh?
if Loki is not from the Pantheon area where we currently are,
Mm-mm.
would he technically count as an unnatural presence?
Very much so.
you're gonna stick the
So
puppet.
if I use cast out evil,
You would blow Loki out of this area.
I could
I was
just decide you don't get to be here.
Oh,
Bye.
I was thinking doing banishment for magic and also possibly summon Cerberus into the fucking room because I can summon monsters in a room.
So yeah, so literally what I'm thinking is I'm thinking of taking cast out evil because I was gonna do that anyway, but then the Venom could be like, my timeline, I created people, you insulted the people I created. Please. Shoot.
Well, that is something for next time, when that's going to be
Yep.
fucking fun to see if that can happen, because that's going to be badass.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for playing. How are you guys doing?
Dude,
So much fun.
Excellent. So let's go ahead and start. Oh, let's start with Cove this time. Cove, where can people find you on the mighty, mighty interwebs?
So you can find me everywhere now at Selkie Cove or Selkie's Cove, depending on the platform. I finally got around to changing everything, which I'm very happy about. I'm enjoying my new names very, very much. You can find me here on Tuesdays currently. You'll be able to find me here every other Friday, starting up probably in January for Cyberpunk Red. You can find me Saturdays for Vampire the Masquerade over on Meister Hypster's Twitch. And then we're almost finished, but you can find me over on Nerdsmith for a 50s Eldritch horror game.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be wrapping up at the end of December. So please stick around for that. My character is one step closer to becoming an Eldritch entity, which is unfortunate because that means I hand my character over to the GM, and now there's one more Eldritch being that we have to deal with. And it's a very charismatic mortician who likes to dissect people. That will be a problem. I'm so excited. But outside of that, for the month of December, every single day, I am doing something that either I've never done before, that I am bad at, or that looks stupid but is a lot of fun, because I have issues with being perfect. I have to, if I'm not good at something or if I'm going to fail at something, I simply won't do it. And that has led me to missing out on a lot of opportunities. I know a lot of people struggle with that as well. And I decided that I'm just fucking done with it. So for the entirety of December, I am fixing that. I am going to post the things that I do, the lists that I come up with on my socials. And I am inviting people to go on this journey with me, to do their own things, do things that I do as much or as little as you want. If you want to do something every day, go for it. If you want to do something once a week, go for it. One thing like the whole month, absolutely go for it. I welcome you to share it. I welcome you to repost any of the ones you like, take inspiration. Honestly, just get involved with it however you can, because life is not about being perfect. Life is not about constantly being good at the things you're doing. I think we have been ruined by media telling us that we have to be able to monetize the things that we enjoy, or that because you enjoy something, you must be good at it. And that just isn't true, and I'm looking to break the mold and have an actual conversation about that. So yeah, keep that in mind. We're starting in 2 days, which is terrifying.
But it'll be fun.
Yeah, nice meeting.
Thank you. Sphinx, where can people find you on the mighty, mighty interwebs?
Hi there, everyone. I am Sphinx Lakasha, your champion of bards. You can find me currently. The challenge has been given, and there'll be more on that. The challenge. Then maybe the next couple months, even as things unfold. But you can find me on TikTok as Circle DM, just about everywhere else on the internet as Sphinx Akasha. Yeah, Tuesdays and Wednesdays you can find me right here with Dinner in the Game, playing, of course, Small Town Life, and on Wednesdays with our group playing the short-term Pathfinder 2E game, Between Two Worlds. Every other Friday, you can find me with ADH Adventures running my campaign, Agents of the Circle. It's an Eberron homebrew in 5e. We're on our 5th and final season. The party has finally made it to the 36th chamber underneath the Temple of the Wu-Tang. Yes, that was a purposeful reference because they're in the Kingdom of Bards right now, and the Wu-Tang Clan are a group of bard monks. So if you want more information on that, you should check out the show, the live stream on ADH Adventures. You can also check out the podcast, because that's how we started. We started off with the podcast, and all 5 seasons up to now are in podcast form wherever you get your podcasts. You can also catch me on Saturdays with ADH Adventures as we switch back and forth between Heroes Arc and Unlicensed Magic War Crimes. We just ended our season in Heroes Arc, so let's see what happens in Unlicensed Magic this week. Who knows? My character, something may happen to my character, something might not. I don't know. The dice will be what the dice will be. And on Sundays, you can find me playing in our time travel dimension jumping game, The Tale That Never Was, on 88 Adventures, where I play Ayodeji Nyota, aka Io, to friends and family. He is my answer to what would happen if Howl from Howl's Moving Castle were a Kalishtar, and his quarry was in fact Calcifer. So we get a Kalishtar aberrant mind sorcerer. So come and check that out. It's a good time.
Thank you, sir. And Starshard Stories, where can people find you?
Hello, I am Starshard Stories or Starshard Story on most corners of the internet because my username just varies on most platforms because of how websites are set up. On Mondays, you can usually find me on Beggar Street for Twin Cities by Night. We are on the last episodes of the 3rd season of Twin Cities by Night, which I'm super excited. It is finally coming to an end. And things have ramped up. On Monday evenings on the Starfield, you can find me running Changeling the Lost up until the new year, and then I will be running Werewolf the Apocalypse 5th edition, which I'm super excited for. The cast has been blowing up their private channels that they have in the server, and I'm like, oh my god, I need time to read. Tuesdays, you can usually find me here. On Friday, starting after the new year, you can find me on the Starfield as well. Early evening times, like I'm talking like 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, PM. For Midnight Codex, it is going to be a 12-episode short run, which has our cast of Dice and Autism, Wacky, Sarah from Blank Bodies podcast, and Zoop Machine, which I am super excited. It's going to be a blast. And I am curious as to what spells the players will make up, because they get to make up their own spells. And then Saturday mornings until hopefully after the new year, we're wrapping up that chronicle, is Vampire the Masquerade and Hunter the Reckoning and D-Circle. And then you can also find me on Dicey Tables podcast.
Dun, dun, dun. And finally, Diamond, where can we find you on the interwebs?
Hi there, I'm Madness Diamond. Since we're friends now, you can call me Diamond. You can follow me everywhere on the wide interwebs, spreading my wholesome chaos at Madness Diamond. Unless you're looking for me on TikTok, then I am Madness Diamond 2.0. I am a TTRPG actual player and a creator of all kinds. Cosplay and sorts are my usual tidbits. If you follow me on TikTok, you will see me doing a kind of a OC-based mechanics review of how you can play all the different classes / paragons in the Die RPG world. I'm currently still doing the master of it, but I'm going to get into the lovely other paragons very soon here, because it is my new mission in life to just convert everyone to want to play Die. You can find me on... Let me convert. I want more people to play this lovely game. But you can find me here on Tuesdays playing your lovely spooky cosplay Dottie on Dinner and a Game. You can also find me on Thursdays at 5 p.m. CST on the World Tree Quest, where I play Melusine, who's Vestra, the level 5 Battle Master. And this week's session, we are getting into one of the characters' lore, because we were warned it was a possible combat and a very big lore dump episode. So I, as a note taker, am very excited about that. And then every other Friday, which I believe should be this Friday, we are doing the Tales from the Loop game, which is Best Days, where I play Songbird Like You. You're a lovely troublemaker. And I think we're almost wrapped up.
Oh, yeah. We've got, like, once again, with that one, we also have about 2 sessions left. I'm pretty sure we're going to wrap it up in 2, so.
So we're nearly done with that one. And then I will be a guest player on a holiday one-shot in December on December 10th, which is a Sunday. I'll be over on the Pocket Dragon Pub's channel, where we played a lovely little one-shot for it. It was a lot of fun. If you check out their Instagram, they already announced the cast for it. It's going to be a 2-parter, so make sure to tune in on the 10th and the 17th for that wonderful little game. I played a very adorable mentor-y scatterbrained character that I'm very proud of. She is one of my favorites now. And if you'd like to check out the other things I work on, I'm also the social media and administrative assistant for Decrim 305, which is a sex worker-led nonprofit organization based in the Miami-Dade County area, which is an outreach program to help give resources and aid to sex workers and the unhoused community and that may need it. I'm currently running the Sex Workers and TTRPG live stream kind of session thingies that are going to hopefully be taking place very soon here over on their Instagram page. So if you would like to give your input for that and also be part of the future live streams that we're going to have, please hop into my DM, slide in there, and I'll give you the questionnaire I have that I can send out very, very soon after a couple minor tweaks. And then if you want to get some vampire goodness for your holiday gifts, we still have physical copies of our Vampires of Color zine over for BIPOC Vampire Day in the Ko-Fi shop, which is in my link tree, where you can get a physical copy of it and you can see my first published writing piece, which is Fellowship and Ferocity. Or if you'd like PDF versions of it, you can also get the After Dark version, where you can read my lovely collab with Nana Moon called Sacred Communion, which is basically some sapphic vampires sharing a meal together of each other. The benefits still go to charity. We actually made the donation already for the Sickle Cell Disease Association of America, and we managed to donate a whole $735 from the pre-orders for the zine to a very good cause. But we still do have physical copies of this lovely thing right here. So if you want to have a nice gift that also still goes to charity, definitely check those out. But that is where you can find me.
Dun, dun, dun. And finally, you can find Dinner and Games information on our link tree, and our information, as well as all these other amazing creators' information, is currently in our chat. If you would like, go give them a click, give them a follow. It's the biggest serotonin boost that any creator can get. We do this because we love it. We do this because it's fun, but those little clicks mean a lot, and they help bolster us whenever we feel like we're just running out of spoons. But right now, we're going to go take our spoons, and we're going to go run them into someone else's channel. Who's up? ADH Adventures is up. Is Sam on there tonight? Cool. So we're going to go raid ADH Adventures, where we have, hopefully, if they're both there, 2 of our other daggers playing on ADH Adventures tonight. And while we're doing that, just to remind you, we're going to be going on Christmas break after basically the second week of December. And what that means is we're going to be doing like one-shots. We have a Sunday game that's going to be starting. That's going to be running as normal until the last week of December, and then we're taking that week off too. But we're going to be doing one-shots and, maybe some community nights. Maybe I'll actually get to play some Baldur's Gate again. But either way, we're not going to be doing our regular schedule after the second week of December. And then we'll be back to... Huh?
Request
what?
I would love to have a game on the 19th. It is a Tuesday. It is my birthday, so I would like to be traumatized on my birthday. Thanks.
Do you want to do an Emerald Sanctums one-shot? Non-canon?
Oh
No.
my god.
No?
I do not want to pull up my 15-page cheat sheet that I have to
Oh,
load.
come on.
No.
Gotcha. Well, we'll do that. So now we're going to schedule something on the 19th. So we'll look for that. Also, Dinner Game is going to be participating in a charity event. We can't officially announce it because they're still working out the details, but I do believe it's going to be on the 14th and the 15th. So we still haven't decided what day we're doing it on or what time we're doing it on and everything like that. That's still in process, but we are going to be participating. So in the meantime, everyone, please, who is on Twitch, which is most people right now, enjoy ADH Adventures. They're amazing streamers, amazing creators in their own right. We love them very much. Make sure when you get there, you tell them hi, tell them Dinner and a Game sent you, and if you haven't given them a follow yet, please do. And thank you all for joining us tonight at Dinner and a Game. We always save you a seat at the table. Please be careful, social distance where you can, wear a mask when you can. We all went to Gen Con. We all got COVID. It sucked. We don't want you to go through that. We want you to be able to come back, stay healthy, and join us every single week. So we're going to go ahead and say goodnight to you guys and go raid ADH Adventures. You'll see the ending screen for a little bit, and then we'll be jumping right in there with them.
Good night.
Good night, guys.
Good night.